And you are looking live inside the New York Chiropractic College Standard Process Health and Fitness Center in Seneca Falls, New York, where tonight we're pleased to present the second half of a holiday quadruple header at the NYCC Tip-Off Classic. Tonight we'll be lucky enough to see Lyons taking on Midlakes, followed by Mynderse and Clyde. And good evening, everybody. Jim Sinicropi here alongside Brad Conner and Kevin Korzeniewski. And fellas, high school basketball season's back, and certainly excited to have you both with me courtside here at NYCC. And Korzy, last year, you and I were lucky enough to follow this Lions team on their run to the Final Four. We called a lot of those postseason games, and it was a ton of excitement. Great to be in the gym for those games, but Tippy Hunter's gone, and it's a new-look Lions team, and so what can we expect from them tonight?
Well, you know, I don't know if Coach Young knows what we can expect from Lions tonight. You know, this started with Lions here last year, and we had question marks about Damon Tippy Hunter and the Lions crew, and they led the community of Lions on a great ride. They led us on a great ride. It was a lot of fun watching them, but this year there's different types of question marks. You know, last year we knew they had the talent. This year they returned some key players of that team, but they were role players. And Adam Van Buskirk and Nick Kehoe and Jordan Amell, Dion Tarver, those guys are back. But, man, they lost kids to graduation.
Right.
They lost kids to transfer. They have kids that just aren't out on the team. So, you know, there's a lot of questions marked with Lions. The only thing I can tell you is those kids are going to want it more than Midlakes kids because that's how Lions plays. They play tough. They love this game. They play with a lot of pride representing their community. They play hard for Coach Young. Lions is a basketball tradition. So are they going to have as much talent as last year? No. That's anybody knows that follows high school basketball.
Right.
But they'll do a lot of the intangibles. They'll play hard, and Coach will have them ready to play. They lost a lot. You know, they lost Damon Hunter, who, you know, was all Finger Lakes last year. You know, probably the best player that we got to see. You know, he's moved on. Some of these other guys got to step up. But, you know, they lost some great role players as well last year.
And one guy they lost, Korzy, was Darren Carswell, a key component of last year's run to Glens Falls. He's now suited up for Midlakes. And, Brad, that's certainly something that's a little different, seeing a guy in high school on one team one year and then the next year. You know, what can we expect from Pete Zirkus' Midlakes squad today?
Well, I think Coach Zirkus will be pleased to have somebody with the experience of Darren Carswell. He's played on the floor of the Glens Falls Civic Center, so that's somebody that he can really count on to play big minutes. He doesn't bring all that many players back from last year, but he does bring back Kenny DeVay, who was his leading scorer last season. Big, strong inside player, can bring it inside, take it outside, so I think he's another guy he can count on. He'll have a new point guard this year, Bryce Burry, sophomore, so it'll be interesting to see how he's able to handle the pressure, not necessarily tonight, but certainly as he gets into the rigors of the Finger Lakes East. And I think, you know, they struggled a little bit last year at Midlakes, but I think they're excited about what they have this year. It's a pretty young team because they don't bring a whole lot of guys back, but I think as they continue to gel, I think we'll see a lot of good things from this team as we go into the season.
Sure, absolutely. And so we're glad to have you all along with us live here from Seneca Falls for a holiday doubleheader. In the first half of our quadruple header, it was South Seneca losing to Southern Cayuga 69-53, and then North Rose-Wolcott defeated Geneva 63-49. And right here, guys, I have my Lions State Final Four section championship.
It's a great shirt. I see one up in the stands.
Don't show that to Coach Zirkus.
Zach Young's father's got that. Pruny Young's got it on up there.
So one last look at to last year's memorable run by Coach Young's Lions, and now it's time to turn the page on a new season of high school basketball. And, you know, we were sitting here last year, Korzy, wondering, you know, what was going to happen. And I don't even think in our wildest dreams we would have thought that Lions would have made that run they did through the postseason and gotten to Glens Falls. So who knows?
You know, as a fan and a guy that watches the game and calls them for Finger Lakes 1, I didn't know if they'd win sectionals.
Right.
You know, they got hot and, you know, got a lot of great, you know, I think a guy they're going to miss tonight is Farah. You know, he was kind of a glue last year that, you know, he just kind of filled up the stat line, not the box score, but the stat line. And, you know, when things got down, he was a tough kid to have around. So, you know, we'll see who can step up for Lions tonight. I'm interested to see what they have to offer. I think both of these coaches have a lot of question marks about their own teams that they'll find out in the next 32 minutes.
And it's a Finger Lakes East Wayne County battle. Always fun when we get these crossovers. Brad, you were talking to Coach Zirkus. Anticipation high for the season?
Yeah, I think so. What he was a bit concerned with, they didn't have a whole lot of practice time early in the season. So the volleyball team made a long run this season. He lost a few guys to practices early on. They had a senior trip last weekend or 2 weekends ago, I think, that took some kids away from some scrimmages and some things that he wanted to do. So hasn't had a whole lot of time to really build a lot of things into the team yet, and that's why I think they'll gel as they get into the season, and it's still pretty early for Midlakes, I think, compared to some of the others, because he hasn't had a lot of time to work in a lot of the things he will over the course of the season.
And, of course, Midlakes also a great wrestling program, which I don't know how much that detracts. But we're going to step aside now for 60 seconds, and we come back. It'll be time for basketball. You're watching Wayne Finger Lakes basketball on FL1 Sports.
Sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At fingerlakes1.com. Come on over to fingerlakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
And welcome back live inside the Standard Process Health and Fitness Center on the campus of New York Chiropractic College in Seneca Falls, New York, site of the 2015, the second annual NYCC Tip-Off Classic, an event that's really become a premier event that a lot of local high schools are requesting to play in, and we'll see if this grows next year, maybe to even include some of the girls' games, maybe even extend it into a two-night event. But for now, we've got Lyons Midlakes. So you got Jordan Almel facing off against Kenny DeVay, ready to get this game underway. Also starting for Lyons, Ben Rockefeller, Adam Van Buskirk, Nick Kehoe, and Justice Smith, a freshman point guard, replacing Damon Hunter as Midlakes has the ball to get underway. Kenny DeVay tries to drive through the lane. No good, rebounded by the freshman.
Like how they were aggressive from the start.
And Smith takes it right to the goal. Another also being aggressive in his first varsity game. And picks up a foul.
He called an arm bar, but his arms were out wide. I'm not really sure where that came from, but it's the ref's first game as well.
That's right. Who got tagged with
Everybody's
the foul?
a little rusty. Foul is on LaPaglia, number 4.
Gotcha. So baseline inbound. Kehoe gets it to Van Buskirk. Probably the best perimeter threat for the Lions. And now Amel steps out for three.
And if you're watching Amel for the first time, he's the biggest kid on the court, but he's got a nice stroke. He loves to roam around that arc a little bit too much at times, I think, for Coach Young. But he will knock that three down.
He's got a nice head of hair tonight, too, Korzy.
Well, you say it to me, huh? I'm envious of the hair. I'm trying to grow the beard, though. He can't grow the beard like I can.
So Justice Smith picks up his first foul of the contest. And entry pass denied by Amel. There's Carswell with the ball. different color uniform this year.
I got to imagine Carswell is probably pretty pumped up for this one tonight.
Kenny DeVay tries one for three. No good. Big rebound by Amel, and I'll tell you guys, he's a key component for this team. And there's a look at Burry getting a hand on the pass in the backcourt, and now Justice Smith controls it for the Lions.
I've seen a couple of good, strong rebounds, both from Amel and from DeVay on both sides.
Yeah, those guys will play tough all night inside and out. I'm really interested to see how Lyons handles the ball. I mean, every time there was any pressure in the last 3-4 years, it was Damon Hunter that took care of it for him, or 3 years. He was brought up as a sophomore. So now you got a freshman out here trying to handle the ball, and Rockefeller as well. You know, two guys that weren't used to doing that. So we'll see what happens as the night goes on.
Kehoe has it in the corner, lets one fly from 19. No good. Big rebound by Rockefeller. Dishes it to Smith. And the basket is good by Justice Smith to give Lyons an early 2-point lead. So in the first minute here from Seneca Falls, we've got freshman Justice Smith with his first varsity foul and his first varsity point. And speaking of first varsity points, there's Bryce Burry driving through the lane for his first two.
Foul on Amel. It's his first.
You know, and that's the one thing. I know the youngster's excited, Burry, but, you know, he goes in, he makes a great play. Amel leaves his feet. You know, as an older player, you can't do that. He doesn't need to block that, but there's Burry kind of screaming at him. You know, he's got to learn, hey, listen, you're a sophomore. Keep your head. You know, you're the point guard in general of the team.
And Burry converts the traditional three-point play. And the Screaming Eagles are up 3. And there's a cross-course pass picked off by Burry. Double clutch off the glass. No good. Pulled down by Carswell. And he'll go to the line.
Good, strong rebound by Carswell on that.
I love the full court press by Midlakes there, you know, trying to take advantage of the freshman point guard and the lack of experience in the backcourt.
Yeah, that wasn't something that you saw too often in league play last year, was people trying to press Lions.
No.
So here goes Carswell. Got to be strange for him to be competing against his former teammates.
Yeah, you can't script this. This is almost like an NFL Thursday night game, first game of the year, where they can, you know, you can control the schedule. This kind of just happened to be the way it was. The two coaches got together and said they wanted to play, but that was before they knew Carswell was transferring.
And Carswell converts them both.
I hate to say transferring at high school. It's more a moving situation.
Right.
You know?
And more pressure from the Screaming Eagles, and the Lions are in trouble. Stolen by Carswell. Dish to Burry. Right hand off the glass and good.
They're really causing fits with the Lions.
Another trap.
Offense.
Every time Lions caught it in the corner, you know, they got to stay out of that corner versus this full court trap.
Van Buskirk takes it to the hole. And one.
And that's why you don't press the Lions, because they do have athletes like Van Buskirk. If they do break your first or second trap, they're going to hurt you on the other end.
And that foul on another sophomore starting for the Screaming Eagles, Trevor Milliman, his first of the game. So Van Buskirk comes to the line. He hit some big shots last year for Lions, and he converts the three-point play, and it's 7-5 early. Advantage Midlakes, and the sophomore Burry brings it across the timeline. Guarded by Rockefeller, pulls up from just inside the free throw line. No good. Big rebound by Amel. And Van Buskirk thought about pushing it, but didn't have the numbers. And now he'll give it back to Smith.
Midlakes in a man-to-man.
Van Buskirk thought about a three, guarded by his old teammate Carswell. Inside to Amel, tried to strip by Burry. And now he's dribbling coast to coast and lays it up. A little short, no good. Rebounded by Kehoe. He's bothered and fouled by, I believe, Trevor Millman. That'll be his second.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so far I'm impressed with Justice Smith. He's turned over a couple times in the press. I think he's a little rattled, but once he gets it over in the half court, he seems poised with the ball.
Yeah, and he gets the inbound here and gets it up to Van Buskirk, who tries a crossover in front of Millman, who might be picking up another foul if he's not careful. Or excuse me, that's not Millman. That's Justin Hoover. Gets it back to Burry. Tries to swing it up top to Carswell. And there's Kenny DeVay. And
nice pass.
Oh, good patience.
Nice backdoor cut by Justin Hoover, and great presence of mind by DeVay to find him. And Midlakes is up 4. Van Buskirk takes it coast to coast. Contested by DeVay, no call. And here comes Midlakes back the other way. There's LaPaglia with the ball. takes it up against the freshman Justice Smith. No good. Big rebound by Amel, but the outlet pass a little too quick for Rockefeller.
Ill-advised pass by Amel. That's 5 or 6 turnovers now for Lyons.
DeVay again to Hoover. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. And now Justin Hoover, one of the 2 senior starters, our 3 senior starters for this Midlakes team, heads to the line.
Second foul on Amel.
Yes, 2 on Amel. I've got 5 turnovers for Lyons, and that goes back to the not having Hunter, just not taking care of the ball. That, Amel gets a great rebound there and then just, rockets it at his guard's head. He's got to hold it for a second, let everybody get settled.
9-5, 4:29 left to go, first quarter of play here in Seneca Falls. Almost capacity crowd here for this ball game, this Wayne County Finger Lakes East crossover, and later tonight we'll have Mynderse taking on Clyde in another crossover as Hoover makes the second.
Tarver checks in. He was a big component to last year's state run. And Jordan Harris comes in. He's pretty well built.
Big
sophomore.
Boy.
Arms are as big as my legs.
Rockefeller having trouble with the handle. Gets it back out to Tarver. Skips it to Justice Smith for 3. No. And Carswell with the rebound. Passes it to Rockefeller. Maybe he's confused about who to pass to out here.
Yeah, Carswell saying, hey, wait a second. Last year he was on my team.
And that's Ben Rockefeller's first points of the game. Makes it 10-7. First quarter. Skipping around the outside. Burry controls. Another backdoor cut by Carswell. Nice handle. And he's blocked by Jordan Harris. Gets it back, though. Going to go up again. Blocked by Harris again. And a foul. They got Jordan Harris on there.
Yeah, he's a great first block, and I think he got so excited, caught up, and they came out with the next one. Coach Young knows Carswell pretty well, and I don't know if you guys just caught it, but he's saying 24 is pushing off with the arm. He's leaning in the shoulder, and I agree that he is, but, it's he's looking for that call. You probably saw him get called for it a few times himself last year.
Tough to get that call went to against a big guy like Harris.
Yeah.
It almost feels like,
You should be allowed to do it.
because he's not budging either.
See, I wonder what position Harris plays on the football field.
I hear he's a good football player.
He looks like it. Carswell, another one. Big, strong kid.
Notice Carswell's got a little air brace on his ankle there, on his left ankle.
Yep.
As he converts the second free throw.
They're still pressing. They got numbers here, 3-on-1.
Tarver breaks it. 2-on-1, takes it himself off the glass. No. Rebound. Harris goes right back up with it. No good. Looks like they got the foul on Kenny DeVay on the putback. Oh, no, they got Carswell. That's his first. And that'll send the sophomore Jordan Harris, 6'1", 195, to the line. And the first free throw rolls around and good.
A little awkward there for him, but you get a nice roll.
Soft on the rim, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 3:37 left to go here, first quarter. And that one not
don't
as
even think it hit
soft as the first one. And they get the ball
Yeah, it was a violation.
to Bury. As he sizes up the defense.
A couple of new players checked in from Midlakes. John Salati, number 20, junior. Sean Tillman, number 5, junior.
Bury gets it on the near side. Inside to DeVay. Spin move, guarded tightly by 3 Lions. Gets it out to Carswell for 3. And that'll be a jump ball.
Yeah, Lions ball. Carswell isn't the strongest a shooter. He'll let it fly, but, Lions sitting back in the zone really did a great job when DeVay caught it. 3 guys on him, I'm sure that was hammered home in a shoot-around to get down and double down on DeVay, even triple down that time.
Justice Smith, right hand to the lane, off the glass, and good. The freshman, Justin Smith, with his 4th point of the game. Pulls Lions to within 1. 2:54 left to go, first quarter. And there's another young point guard, Bury, the sophomore, taking it to the hole, and that foul is going to go to Dion Tarver.
Justice Smith kind of looks like a professor out there, doesn't he, with those rec specs?
Foul
like
on
those
Smith.
glasses.
If that's on
Intelligent
Smith, that's
look.
his second.
It is. And he checks out, and into the game now comes Duncan Dobbins. 3-pointer good, first 3-pointer of the game. So Bryce Bury has 8 on the day to lead all scorers. As Harris with the ball finds Tarver inside off the glass, no good. And we got another foul call? We do.
Yeah, we're up to 12 team fouls called here with 2:25 to go in the first quarter. I get the new rule emphasis on arm bars and hand checking, but it just really slows the game down.
And there was we saw a few of those calls in the first couple games of our doubleheader. Coaches and players got to get used to the new rules. That was tagged to Bryce Burry, his first of the game. And now Dobbins has it up top. And Van Buskirk thought about a three, steps back for about an 18-footer, rails around the rim, no good. DeVay went up for the rebound, and he was fouled by Jordan Harris.
Jeez, I agree with Coach Young trying to get on the officials here about letting the kids play, and I didn't see that one. I mean, they're calling every nickel and dime here, and it's not fun to watch as a fan.
No.
And as a coach, you're not ready for it, and all of a sudden you're playing kids that, you got to go deep in the bench in the first quarter with 2 to go. 13 team fouls is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is set a tone for the season, have them adapt to a
and they do this, right?
Game.
And then 10 games into the season, they go back to
that's the issue,
what
right?
they're used
That's
to. Just let the kids play. And I mean, and I didn't even see any contact at all.
I didn't either. I thought it might have been just out of bounds at first. DeVay misses the front end. He's still scoreless. And now Duncan Dobbins brings it up against this Midlakes man-to-man pressure. Van Buskirk takes it at the top of the key, drives the lane, left hand off the glass, but he took too many steps. And so 14-10.
Well, the one good thing is a lot of kids are getting a lot of early playing time, when they start calling these fouls. We've seen a lot of numbers come in and out and a lot of new faces. Kids maybe that coaches probably didn't think they'd have to put in the first quarter, but.
As Ben Rockefeller getting set to check back in for Lyons. Burry open for a corner three. No good. And Harris muscles down the rebound. Gives it up to Van Buskirk, who tried to push, but nothing was there. And now it looks like Van Buskirk and Dobbins are sharing point guard duties with Smith out of the game. And now to the hole is Dion Tarver for the bucket and the foul. His first points of the game. He was one of the guys, Corsi, you were talking about earlier in the game, was on that roster last year as we look at Tarver take it here to the hole. That's expected to pick up some of that scoring slack.
Yeah, he's going to have to score and take it to the basket just like this. Midlake's playing a nice man-to-man. He's a little bit quicker than the defender and got a good finish there.
Tarver tries to pull the Lions within one, no good. But nice rebound by Hoover. And here come the Eagles the other way. Burry open in the corner, but Tarver closes out on him pretty quickly. Finds Carswell in the paint, loses it back to Burry.
Thought Burry's handled himself well here. He's handled the ball well for a sophomore in his first varsity start.
Great
Good
look
pass.
inside to Justin Hoover.
Hoover's got some points off the bench.
Got him down for 5 early. And, really impressed with Burry. His composure, his court vision, and his ability to score.
Guys, Midlakes has gone to his zone. I think they realized they were getting beat off the man a little too easily.
Now Van Buskirk thought about a three. Instead, he pulls up for a baseline jumper, too strong. Rebounded by Burry. As he's looking really nice control by Burry. And out to the corner for three. No good. And it is a run out by
Rockefeller.
Ben Rockefeller. He's got 4, and the Lions pulled it within 2. 30 seconds left. About a second differential between the shot and the game clock, so it looks like Midlakes is going to hold for 1.
It's been a great first quarter other than, I think, the 14 fouls. I think both teams have a good intensity. We've seen some press, some zone, some man-to-man, some good guard play.
13 seconds left. 10 to shoot. Burry lets one go for 3. Buttons!
Turns around, says something to the Lions bench.
Yeah, he did. Great shot by Burry, though. For a sophomore to be able to take a dribble and take a shot, but you can't turn around and talk to the Lions bench.
Right, 11 first quarter points for the sophomore in his first varsity game as Amel checks back in.
He has a lot of confidence.
He does, and they need that. This is a program that won 3 games last year. They're consistently at the bottom of the
almost
barrel.
With the steal.
So they need a little bit of that fire maybe from him. A little attitude. Might help this group out a little bit, but he's got to kind of walk that fine line, I think, especially as a sophomore. He's got to realize they haven't had a lot of wins in the last few years.
So good game from in Game 3 of our quadruple header. At the end of one quarter of play, it's Midlakes 19, Lyons 14. You're watching Section 5 basketball on FingerLakes1.com.
Guidance and partnership through every step of the journey. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on. And small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
And welcome back inside the Standard Process Health and Fitness Center on the campus of New York Chiropractic College. 19-14, Midlakes leads, and Bryce Burry, the sophomore point guard for the Screaming Eagles, has 11 of the 19 points for the Eagles. And there's a third assist of the game, this time again to Hoover, cutting back door. Great look. Really impressed with this kid.
Yeah, he's playing great. 3 assists, 11 points. That's 17 of the 21 points that Burry's contributed in. That's pretty good for a first varsity game as a starting game for the sophomore Burry.
And there's Tarver again, taking it to the hole. He seems to be the only one really forcing the issue. I've seen Van Buskirk pass up on a couple shots that he might have normally taken.
What I remember from Van Buskirk, he was kind of a standstill shooter, catch, dribble, shot last year, and now he looks like he's a little uncomfortable trying to do stuff off the ball,
right.
with the ball in his hands, trying to break kids down. He's trying to find what his identity is now, not just being the role player shooter that he was last year.
And he's checking out.
If you remember Lyons last year, Damon would get in trouble, he'd kick it to him in the corner, and Buskirk would shoot the three.
Well, Hunter commanded so much attention
that
the other guys were open, and there, a good hustle by Devin Franklin into the game for Lyons for the first time.
Yeah, we had some fun with Franklin last year coming in off the bench late in the game at Atwood.
Scored the last points in the Atwood last season. Yeah. Mel off the inbound, no good, and there's a rebound by Burry, and he looks ahead to push. Gets it up to Sean Tillman, who turns it over. And now here comes Tarver the other way, again pressing the effort. Blocked by Hoover.
Great hustle.
And now we got
to
run out. Here's Carswell ahead of the pack, lays it up, right-handed layup is good. Carswell's got 5.
Love to see Hoover attack on that defensive play.
That was a great block, Brad. Really, really strong play. Never gave up on it, trailed it.
There's Tarver, and there's the block by Hoover. And push ahead to Carswell. Duncan Dobbins.
You like that name?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be doing any. Don't know if he's going to be doing any dunking this year. He doesn't look like a dunker. Misses the free throw. Carswell pulls down the rebound, bothered by Franklin. And now Burry controls again. And Justice Smith setting to check back into the ball game right in front of us. LaPaglia gets it inside to Carswell, knocked out of bounds, heading back the other way. 23-15, 8-point lead for Midlakes, 7:02 left to go in the second quarter game. 3 here from the New York Chiropractic College. Van Buskirk checking back into the ball game for Tarver. Still looking, Van Buskirk has 3 points so far in the game. Smith doubled in the corner and bailed out. Timeout.
He almost let it go, and then he thought, well, I'll pick it up, and not realizing where he was, kind of a freshman mistake.
So we got some young talent out here in the court tonight, really playing well under control. Primarily, Bryce Burry. This is a kid that we haven't laid our eyes on until tonight, and right now I'm wondering how we could have left him out of our preseason Fab 5.
I mean, he's really the engine that is driving the Midlakes team right now. He's the guy that has the ball in his hand each and every possession. He is finding the open man. He's attacking the basket. He's doing everything you ask for a point guard, really. You want to make sure that he keeps things in control for this team. He's finding open men. Justin Hoover, the two of them are playing a great kind of two-man game. Hoover's getting the looks inside, and Burry's finding them. I mean, he's really leading everything that Midlakes is trying to do right now, both at the offense and the defensive end, really.
And to be a critic, as I always am, he's taking advantage of a 2-3 zone. Lions can't play man. They're up to, they have 17 fouls.
Yep.
Smith's back in the game now with 2 fouls. They're in foul trouble. So I'll be interested to see in the second half how Coach Young adjusts to what Burry's been doing. And then maybe at that point, can DeVay step up and start doing something?
So here, Amel with the ball just outside the block, double clutch, short, gets his own rebound, blocked by Hoover. Rebound corralled by Burry.
Like what I've seen from Hoover so far.
Yeah, he seems to be a beneficiary of Burry's passes and their strongest force on the inside defensively. And we got a jump ball. Devin Franklin blocking Carswell from behind. Normally that would be a foul call, but they got the jump ball. And more full court pressure by Midlakes, it looks like. Maybe
looks
not.
like a half court. Looks like a half court trap, maybe 3/4 court, but probably won't trap it till half.
And Busker picks up his dribble in a bad spot, gets it to Smith.
That's a great look.
Nice
Another great
look. Amel off the glass, no good.
It's just so soft on Mel, he's got to take it up hard.
Van Busker for 3, catches nothing but air. Carswell keeps it alive, and here they come.
Textbook on how to beat that trap, though. Making that extra pass to Amel, but he's got to stop laying it up. He's got to go up hard. Pick it up like a man, like the big teddy bear would have last year.
That's right. We miss him already.
He traveled.
Burry with the ball. Takes a deep 3 off the back iron. No good. And rebounded by Amel. Looks to push. And he does. Up ahead to Ben Rockefeller. Right-handed layup and the foul. Ben Rockefeller.
Also playing strong off the bench. 6 points I got him for unofficially, but off the bench he giving him some foul
on.
Actually, he started, Rockefeller.
Foul was on Tillman, his first. Thought he had the right decision, but then he just came in a little bit too much with the body.
Yeah, once you go straight up, just keep your feet still and let him take the layup.
So Rockefeller looks a little taller than I remember him last year, too. So that's another thing in high school basketball. Sometimes a kid can pick up a couple inches in the offseason, make the difference. I think that's the case for Jake Jones, who we'll see in the second game for Mynderse. Got put on some size this offseason. So Rockefeller has 7 to lead all Lions scorers. As Tillman gets it back out to Burry.
It's funny. I don't know if you guys caught that. Coach Young just tried to put one of the kids in as a defensive sub so nobody got in foul trouble. And they're not used to this big, long table, so they're not coming down to the middle of the table. They can't get checked in. So he told the kid, you didn't get to the middle. Get back to the bench. We don't want you on offense. We want you on defense.
And Justice Smith takes it to the hole, the freshman, and he'll head to the line.
Now I'll try to come back in, getting used to the new court here, the big, the bigger arena. He's not in the cozy confines of the Atwood. You got to get all the way down to the table.
Foul on Adam Baggy, his first of the game. So we get a look here at Amel working inside. Gets the rebound, blocked by Hoover. And timeout on the floor with 5:07 left. Give me a chance to tell you, hey, Brad, there's your boy.
All the way from Ohio he came in.
Looks excited tonight, doesn't he?
So federal loan's not enough to cover the cost of your college education. The private student loan available through Generations Bank could be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. And get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. At FLCC, you'll get unique learning opportunities that can prepare you for a great career and give you real-world experience as you earn your degree. FLCC is now taking applications for the spring semester. Visit flcc.edu to learn more. So Generations Bank back as title sponsor this year, Corsi, and FLCC coming on board, which is a great fit, I think.
Oh, it's absolutely, a lot of kids watch the broadcast, and, the more they hear FLCC, the better it is for their school, and glad to have those sponsors back.
Absolutely, because without the sponsors, we can't bring you any of this action or any of the great coverage we're going to have in store for you all season long.
No, I was watching at home the first set, and had it on my high def with the high def cameras, and it was really a great picture. My wife was even impressed watching some basketball.
It's hard to impress the wives. When we can do that, we know we're doing something good.
My son has some notes for you in the production staff, though, after the end of the night.
We'll meet with him later.
He had some things to say.
So Justice Smith makes 1 or 2, and now Midlakes back in control.
Looks like a box and 1 right now on Burry. Yeah, total denial, box and 1.
Coach Young does mix up the defenses. And, you know, I found that he does a great job coaching in the underdog role.
Yeah, he he showed that last year. And Lions didn't have they knocked off teams that were better than them, night in and night out for a stretch there last year. Tippy had a lot to do with that, but Coach Young's game plan did too as well.
And there's a three-pointer from the corner, no good, by Tyler Bastian into the game for the Lions, and Burry controls.
Coach Young wanted to travel on that run out, didn't get it.
And now Burry with a spin move, denying the pick by Carswell. And now LaPaglia tries a 3. Nothing but net.
That's a big shot as Lyons goes into that box and 1 for other guys to step up and knock down shots.
So Midlakes lead now up to 7, 26-19, 4:03 to go here. Second quarter of action. And Van Buskirk drives baseline, gets it over to Smith for a 15-footer. Nothing but net, and Justice Smith has 7 points.
Bit of a set shot there, Corz. You see
it is old school a little bit. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The set shot. This guy's
throwback.
A throwback, yep. They count that?
These two young point guards are playing great, guys. Very entertaining to watch. They're different styles. Smith, not real flashy, kind of the professor look, old school, and, a little bit of throwback for Lions. And, Burry a little bit more in your face, a little bit more passionate, energetic. I don't know if passionate. I'm sure Smith's pretty passionate too, but
yeah,
two different styles for sure.
Oh, in and out for Burry on the front end. 5-point Midlakes lead. DeVay pulls down the rebound, dishes off to Carswell, blocked by Amel. Ripped away by Justice Smith, who goes 2 on 3. Maybe should have pulled that one back.
Didn't have the numbers.
And now DeVay's going to square up for a 3. No.
Also didn't have the numbers, but that's a senior right there.
Yeah. Right, good point. Carswell up and under, and good, and the foul on Jordan Amel. His second. And Carswell's got 7 points early against his former teammates. And Carswell is kind of trying to get his team going. This got to mean a lot to him, playing just for bragging rights against his
it's
buddies.
These guys aren't in the same league, so it's not like he's playing again at the end of the year or midway through the year. This is his one shot to go back against his own teammates, and his old teammates want to beat him, and I'm sure they'll shake hands and hug after the game, but, once the game tips off, man, these guys want it.
That's right. And now Carswell tries to complete the three-point play. No good. Rebound by Jordan Harris. And the Lions will push down 7, 3:11 to go. Turnover, kickball.
I don't know what he's calling because I don't think anybody was really out.
Maybe his foot
was out.
Yeah, his foot must have been, Justice Smith's foot must have been on the sideline when he.
One thing about Midlakes, they're doing this without DeVay. It's not even in the box score yet.
Right.
They got a 7-point lead here with 3 to go, and DeVay hasn't even scored.
And with Amel out of there, there's nobody really that could match up with him size-wise. And here we go the other way with the Lions. Rockefeller picks up his dribble, now gets it up top to Tarver, who will square up. Nope, gives it back to Justice Smith. 2:40 left to go first half. Smith for 3, off the rim, no good, and pulled down by Kenny DeVay. Gives it up to Burry. And the Screaming Eagles will get to work against this 2-3 zone of the Lions. Smith
got
almost
long
pulls
hands,
it
Smith,
away.
doesn't he? Got real long arms.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He reminds me of my old backmark court mate in high school, Bobby Markle. Real long hands, very under control, good handle, doesn't push anything.
10 to shoot for Burry. He pulls up for 3 off the right rim. DeVay went for the rebound, tapped it to Carswell, who misses a layup, and now draws a foul.
Good patience by Carswell on that. Didn't take the first look.
If they got Harris, that's his third. They did. That's 3 on Jordan Harris.
Yeah, I think Coach Young's willing to let Harris get 2 or 3. Rather him than Amel and Van Buskirk.
Here's this great look by DeVay inside. So Carswell goes to the line. He's already got 7 on the night. 2:01 left to go, first half action. Got a lot of basketball left tonight. We got second half of this one, followed by Mynderse Academy, number 1 in our preseason power rankings, going against the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles, who have a great young point guard of their own, and Derek Chance, who we're looking excited to see. He played varsity as a freshman last year, coming back in his sophomore year. Coach Tim Jackson has compared him to Terry Brown, although I saw Coach Jackson earlier. He said, "You got to stop saying that."
I saw Terry
I was
Brown
wondering
in high
when he was
school.
going to call you off on that one.
Carswell misses both, and here comes Lyons. And Tarver again takes it to the hole, and a little ill-advised pass. Good hustle by Devin Franklin.
Yeah, can't do that, Devin.
Stepped on the line, though. So a little low scoring first half, a little lower scoring.
Second quarter, you know. It was 19-14. It's 9-7 this quarter.
These teams are shuttling guys in and out.
And I think that's part of it, right, Brad? You know, nobody can get a flow for the game.
Yeah,
and,
I've got Lyons as having played 10 guys. Midlakes has played 9 guys already here in midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, Van Buskirk's back in now.
One guy who has not been shuffling out is Bryce Burry. He's played every minute of this ball game so far, and they find him in the corner. He takes a three, short, no good, rebounded by Harris, gets it up to Tarver, and Lyons looks to push. They got 2 on 4, though. Yeah.
60, you got it, Leon, 60. Run it, screen away.
Coach Young imploring his Lions to run the offense. And there's a three.
Bastion.
By Tyler Bastion. They gave him 2.
Gave him 2.
Foot on the line. Long 2-pointer for Tyler Bastion. His first points of the game, and it's 28-23.
A lot of Bastions over Lions way, too. Jim Bastion here lives in Seneca Falls. He was a good athlete out there in Wayne County.
I like what Midlakes is doing against his zone. They're really trying to get the ball to the high post.
Great look by Kenny DeVay to Carswell on a backdoor cut, and Carswell has 9. And now Van Buskirk in trouble, looking for a timeout, and Coach Young got it. In high school, the coach can still call the timeout. New rules in college this year, Van Buskirk would have been in trouble there.
Which I think is a better rule in college. I'd like to see that at the high school level, too.
See, there's a big split on that one. Coach Boeheim doesn't like it for Syracuse.
Coaches generally wouldn't.
Yeah, as a coach coming, I hate the rule, but, you know, I get why they do it. You know, it is what it is. I'd rather see coaches allowed to call it. You know, high school, you know, kids get really rattled, and you kind of want that control. And but at the same time, you know, maybe their IQ would go up a little bit, just be forced to.
I think the kids learn a little bit, and they wouldn't get themselves into tough spots. I think what happens is they get themselves into the corner or things like that, and they realize they can get bailed out by the coach, and so maybe they'd be hesitant to take those chances and might make better decisions as a result if they didn't have that safety net available to them.
Well, this gives me a good chance to tell you guys about Dobbins Drugs, where they believe their customers are like one big family. Whether you need assistance getting over a winter's common cold or a get well card, Dobbins is there to help you. Located in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. The 4th generation, Corsi, being Duncan Dobbins.
Do you think they got anything down at Dobbins Drugs that'll cool down Dominic Burry?
And in all that time, their philosophy has never changed. Their customer comes first. And Finger Lakes Partners Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community. Offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com.
And you can tell he's a sophomore because I called him Dominic, not Bryce. We still got to
get
his
used
name.
to him.
Yeah.
DeVay denies Harris inside. And so we got 34.6 seconds left to go in the first half of play. 7-point Midlakes lead. Lions ball underneath the basket. And Van Buskirk has it in the corner, guarded by Carswell. Dribbles through some trouble. Now falls, and it's stolen away by Midlakes, and LaPaglia takes it coast to coast for 2 more.
A lot of dribbling right there on that possession. Got him in trouble.
20 seconds left to play. The lead now up to 9 for Midlakes. And high off the glass goes Tyler Bastion, and Carswell pulls down the rebound. And we got 8 seconds left to go. They get to the corner to DeVay. Pump fake. Now he stops, pulls up, strong, but Burry with a rebound. Short-armed it.
That would have been a big bucket.
Do it for the first half of play here from Seneca Falls. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, it is the Midlakes Screaming Eagles 32, Lions 23. This is Section 5 basketball on FingerLakes1.com.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 high school basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover your college education? Learn about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. By Finger Lakes Community College. Thinking about life after high school? Get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics, celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Dobbins Pharmacy, serving their customers in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, with offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. By the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. By Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Construction. Building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. Red's Place. Great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls and $1 tacos every Monday night. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on. And small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Wisdom passed on from generation to generation. Welcome to Generations Bank.
And welcome back to the New York Chiropractic College in Seneca Falls, halftime of the Lions, and Midlakes Screaming Eagles game. Alongside Brad O'Connor, we have invited Coach Jerry Anderson in from the Mynderse Academy Girls Blue Devils. Welcome, Jerry.
Thanks for having me.
I saw you up there in the first half. What are your thoughts on the first half action here?
Well, I think you saw a little bit of the emphasis with the officiating. I think we had 8 to 10 team fouls within the first 2.5, 3 minutes of the game. So it might be a war of attrition tonight.
Yeah, and it disrupts the game a little bit. You know, I thought Midlakes and Lions both came out. The young point guards are playing good, but you know the constant whistles is not great for the fan.
Yeah, I think if there were 25 fouls called, there were probably 22 called on the ball or out in the perimeter, right? So
yeah,
it's tough to get in any motion or any flow in the offense.
I think you want kids to be aggressive, and it sort of stifles that a little bit. And
well, it changed in the second quarter, and it was either the officials swallowing their whistles a little bit or the kids, adjusting to it. So maybe a little bit of both. Yeah. But the second quarter wasn't as bad. They didn't call as many fouls. So, the first thing we'd like to do is kind of give us an idea what the Finger Lakes East girls basketball side has looked like. I know that on the podcast, I think tomorrow morning, Jim and Matt will be talking about it. But as a coach, nobody's got better insight on it than you guys. So, what are your thoughts on the Finger Lakes East this year?
Well, I think we're still probably one of the top girls leagues in Section 5. Might be down a little bit from the higher-end players, but overall I think that the league is as strong as it has ever been. Wayne's got a couple of really good guards coming back. Geneva's always strong, and then there's some question marks on how some teams like Palmac replaces an Ashley Vanderwall. Whether Midlakes and Sydney Jones is strong enough to take her team to the next level.
And that'll be a big question, right?
Yeah.
Sydney's probably the top player in the league.
Absolutely, hands down, top guard.
Can she carry him to a league, championship or maybe, sectional final or something that, they haven't seen in a while.
Absolutely. So. And Nate Richards does a nice job there, so I'm sure he'll find some other contributors there and, do what he has to do to be successful.
And how about the Mynderse Academy Blue Devils? The Lady Blue Devils.
The Lady Blue Devils. Well, yeah, we lost only a couple of players from last year's team, but they were a couple of really key contributors in Cassie Rattray and Allie Deal. As you guys know, it's tough to replace speed, and they were probably two of the fastest guards in the league. So.
Speed and leadership. Two kids that I enjoyed watching over the last 3 or 4 years that were just gritty and set a tone for you. You know what I mean? They weren't going to back down to anybody. Does anybody from this year's team bring that type of grit and toughness?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got a couple of seniors ready to step up. Actually, probably 3 or 4 seniors ready to step up, and Divya Tawari and Maddie Hillmeyer, as well as Megan Meehan and Kaylee Kelsey. So I like to think that it's a culture, right? We try to breed that, and we don't want to back down from anybody. We don't want to get outworked at the end of the night.
Yeah, a lot of times you watch broadcasts and games, and they say the teams take the the personality of their coach, and that's how you played. You tried to outwork everybody, you tried to out-tough everybody, and last year was kind of easy with those two. Now, like you say, does the culture continue with those? And those are a lot of good players coming back. Maddie and Divya, those guys have been on varsity for a while, and so you lose some key players, but you're certainly returning some key players.
Yeah, fortunately for me, being in the program as long as I've been able to instill the type of culture even before I was there, when I was the JV coach. So, they work hard, and that's the one thing that I'll give them credit on every night. They're busting their butts. We all have some execution issues, but the effort is always 120%.
Jerry, how have you found the team responding after the great run you had postseason last year to this being a new season and not just a rejuvenation of last year, but this is a new group and it's a new season, and how have they responded to approaching it?
So we raised the bar, right? So our expectations are higher than they've ever been. So mediocrity is not accepted amongst the players, and they can look at something and analyze a play or look at a game to say, you know what, yeah, we won this game, but we should have done this, and this better. So it's like having 11 other coaches there providing feedback and really not accepting just being average.
Well, we talked at the top of this show tonight that we really enjoyed Lyons' run, and you kind of started rooting for them and the way they played. And I know Jim as well enjoyed your run that the girls had. Brad and I talked about it before the onset of the show, before we came on air, that you start to, like teams and coaches and the way they play. And certainly the way you guys played man-to-man, a lot of girls' teams play zone and sit back and kind of wait for other girls to make mistakes where you force the mistake issue on the other teams. And I enjoy that brand of basketball and certainly enjoyed watching you guys play last year and look forward to it again this year. So, I think you guys should contend for the league again and maybe another sectional title.
Well, we hope to be competitive.
And that's a little bit of pressure, but you'd rather have that pressure than talking about rebuilding.
That's
and,
right. And we've done that with our non-league schedule. We open up with Bishop Kearney Wednesday, West Hill Friday, Aquinas the following Monday. So those are 3 state-ranked Class A or AA schools.
Yeah, bringing some good girls basketball to the town and Arthur L. Baker. You're on the road. Where are you going on the road?
We're going to go to Aquinas, where we'll be home against Kearney and home against West Hill, and then we'll finish the end of the year with West Hill at West Hill.
What a great opportunity for the girls to actually test themselves against some of the top.
Yeah, and it's a tough league as well, so you don't want to go too hard, but it's good for you. Get you ready for sectionals. I believe in that 100%. Well, on behalf of Brad and myself, we thank you for coming on, and we wish you the best of luck. We're calling a couple of your games this year. We're looking forward to it. Go out there and try to win a league title.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
And we'll be back after 60 seconds for the second half of Midlakes and Lyons.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's no place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes 1.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Fingerlakes1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
This is one. And welcome back inside the New York State Chiropractic College in Seneca Falls. We're at halftime of the third game of our triple header. We've got Midlakes defeating Lyons 32-23. First game of our quadruple header featured South Seneca and Southern Cayuga. The Chiefs defeated the Falcons 69-53. Despite 18 points from the great emancipator Lincoln Bachman Low. In the second game, the number 3 team in our power rankings, our Wayne Finger Lakes power rankings, North Rose-Wolcott defeated Geneva 63-49. And here we have our third game about to tip for the third quarter. And then our fourth game on tap next, our number 1 ranked team in the power rankings, Mynderse Academy against Clyde-Savannah. So Jim Sinicropi alongside Kevin Korzeniewski and Brad Conner. Great conversation at halftime with Jerry Anderson. Always an interesting guy to talk to when you're talking hoops.
Yeah, he loves hoops. He's done a great job over there at Mynderse. Continued on the great girls tradition that Mynderse has had. Brings a tough, intense defensive team out every night. And he's got quite the schedule this year, with Finger Lakes East being a tough schedule and then going up and playing some tough out-of-league opponents. West Hill is always awesome. Aquinas and Kearney, 2 of the stronger teams in girls basketball.
And so Midlakes starts the third period with the ball. And there's Bryce Burry taking a 3. Air ball.
Burry kind of slowed down a little bit late in the second quarter. We'll see if he can maintain what he did in the first quarter. He's going to need to score. Lions come out and put some points on the board. I love watching halftime adjustments and see what coaches do. Lions came out in the zone, still trying to protect themselves. So we'll see how that goes. Amel's got 3. He's out there. Smith's got 2. He's out there.
Jordan Harris also with 3 for Lions. He's currently on the bench.
Third on LaPaglia right there for Midlakes.
And LaPaglia just picked up his 3rd. So he's had a great first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's good basketball. It just seems like some of that clearly was a foul, but some of these, I'd like to see them let them play because these guys are pretty primed up for the first game of the year, playing well. Van Buskirk tries baseline, but nothing there. Gets it out top to the freshman, Justice Smith. Takes it through right side of the lane, met by Kenny DeVay, no call. Lyons maintains possession. Kehoe inside to Amel. He's triple teamed. Did a pretty good job of maintaining his composure there. Maybe got a little hair in the face of Kenny DeVay. Might have helped him.
Hey, I think he's trying to, take after the big teddy bear's hair last year.
And that's Kenny DeVay's second foul. Still scoreless. Midlake's leading scorer from a year ago. And Kehoe tries a 3 from the corner. Buttons!
Burry rolled the dice on that one. He left him open in the corner. Had a chance to take him and didn't. Let him shoot it and made it.
And Nick Kehoe opens up the second half scoring and pulls Lyons to within 6. And high off the glass is Carswell for his 11th point of the game. And more full court pressure from Midlakes, but they handle it.
I think the best thing Midlakes has done tonight is their interior passing against the zone. I mean, they've gone low to high, they've gone high to low. They're really doing a good job of finding the open man.
Amel gets the roll, lets the crowd know it. His first points of the game, I think, right?
Was that a game winner Amel just hit?
Yeah. So 2 points for Jordan Amel.
He hadn't scored in a long time. He was excited about it.
Nice look by Burry inside to the other sophomore, Trevor Millman. Now Lyons has numbers after breaking the press. Justice Smith right to the hole, a little too strong off the glass. Rebounded by LaPaglia, who pushes it up to Burry, who takes it to Kehoe. A little contact and a travel.
On the other side, I would have liked to see Justice Smith take it to the left side. He went right as a right-hander, went right into the defense. If he had gone left, he would have had an open layup.
Yeah, I agree. And as a freshman, does he have that ability to do that? I was thinking the same thing that you just said. I'm glad you brought it up. You know, he looked like a freshman on that take.
And Lyons handles the pressure again.
Oh.
And Tarver kind of double clutches and then goes over Millman high off the glass for his 5th point of the game. And Lyons is back to within 6. 5:48 here to go, 3rd quarter of play from Seneca Falls. DeVay gets it into the corner for Millman. Back to Carswell now, who drives. In the corner for a long 2 is LaPaglia, who misses. Carswell with a rebound, and Mel turns him away, and now Carswell commits the foul. And that is Carswell's 2nd.
Frustration foul by Carswell.
The old double, double mistake. You make the first
compound
mistake.
It. Just run back down court.
Now you can tell Coach Young talked to these guys about handling this pressure. They've done a better job so far this quarter in handling the Eagles. And as soon as I say that, they almost throw it away.
Yeah, he should have reversed it. Come back cross court with it. Anytime versus a press like this, it's great to go back and forth, make the guys work. That sideline pass is going to be open a lot more if you get a couple reversals involved.
And I think Lyons is spending too much time on the sidelines. Really got to get it to the middle, attack from the middle, where a lot of wins.
Yeah, and I think the times they've had success with it has been in the middle.
Kehoe tries another baseline jumper, no good, pulled down by Carswell. Gives it up to Burry, and here comes Midlakes. Pull up from the top of the key, Burry air ball.
Looked like he had a chance to take it about 5 feet deeper and get a better shot.
Yeah, Burry's come back down to earth a little bit here in the second half, and that's a shot. You're right, like you said, pull it up at the foul line. His pull-up jump shot looks pretty strong.
He saw a big man standing there waiting for him, but he kept backing up. Looked like he had given him a little bit more room. Could have taken a better shot.
Smith bounced past to Kehoe, now to the corner to Tarver. Back to Smith, thought about a 3. And now we do get a 3 from the top of the key from Rockefeller. No good, rebounded. Mel too strong. Got a hand on it off DeVay, who corrals it. And now Kenny DeVay, the big man's bringing it right down the middle of the court. And he spins, pops from 7 feet, and gets the roll for his first points of the season. The senior Kenny DeVay extends the lead back to 8.
DeVay's another one that's kind of a throwback bad. He handles it well. He passes well. He doesn't force the issue. Yeah, he's a great anchor for this Midlakes team.
That was a good move. He stayed under control, but made a couple ball moves. Got an open shot.
Smith to Rockefeller, baseline to Kehoe, gives it up to Amel. A little double clutch, no good. And Amel not having much luck getting the ball to go down inside. Carswell with another rebound. And high off the glass is Matt LaPaglia for his 7th point of the game. And this Midlakes team's opened up a 10-point lead. And I'll tell you, send a shout out to the rest of the Finger Lakes East. Midlakes could be for real this year after just winning 2 games last year.
Yeah, the one thing that Lions did last time is they passed the ball around great. A good look for Amel, but again, he takes it up so soft. He's got to learn to go up strong.
Amel for 3. So he can't make it from 3 feet, but he can it from 20. He's got 5 on the game.
He's a guard stuck in a big man's body, is what he is. He's got it, but he's got to learn to finish around the basket harder. He takes it up, he tries to avoid the contact that messes with his shot. He's the tallest man out there. Go up, get your shoulder square to the basket.
He's got to get into the basket. He's fading away. He's going to the side. He's got to be stronger.
There we go, Brad. The Upstate Orange podcast, a show you and I host covering Syracuse hoops, will be on the line tomorrow night, Sunday night at 10 p.m., where we're going to talk about a great
fantastic
run. I think we're at 9 actually tomorrow night, right? 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock tomorrow night. I have a little trivia ready for us. So it should be a fun hour.
So if you like Syracuse basketball, promise you'll love the Upstate Orange podcast. And it's going to be a great show because the Cuse, as usual, is back and back in the top 25, and everybody thinks Boeheim is going to have an off year. That's when he does his best.
They had a great week. They really did. And I was happy for Boeheim with all the stuff he's going through this year to go out there and nobody likes UConn around here, right? So they knock off UConn and then beat a tough Texas A&M team.
That team was strong.
Yeah, they played well.
Hey, let me tell you about Penny's Place Family Restaurant located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. And the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, which hits actions on the diamond across the Finger Lakes this summer with the Newark Pilots and Geneva Twins in action nightly. Go to NewarkPilots.com or GenevaTwins.com for season ticket packages.
You know, funny things about Lyons, they played man and zone. They haven't been called for a team foul once. And we were talking about it with Jerry at halftime. And, you know, I told Coach, I think the referees adjusted more than the kids did, you know, as far as the 14 team fouls in the first quarter. There's been about 9 called since then. Here we are midway through the third.
It's early for everybody this season.
Yeah.
Referees included.
Yeah, they get excited. They're happy to be back. They like doing this. They just don't do it for the money, that's for sure.
Tarver picks up the inbound pass and maintains control and scores. And Dion Tarver with 7 points. And pulls Lyons back to within 5. Midlakes had opened up a 40-30 lead. And now tightening down a little bit on defense, and they got a reach in there, looks like, on Tarver. No, they got, did they get Mel?
They got Rockefeller with a hold. You know, he's just kind of blocking the path. And that's where the emphasis comes in. He doesn't have that freedom of move, you know, and that there is a foul. You know, I got no problem with them trying to adjust that. That's a good call.
Well, so happy you could be along with us tonight, enjoying live Wayne Finger Lakes basketball action from the comfort of your home here on FingerLakes1.com. We'll be with you for 25 games this season. Just getting started. DeVay picks up his dribble baseline. Now
DeVay's a little slow with that dribble. He's got to make quicker decisions, I think, to be able to get it out of that double team quickly.
And another foul. This time it looks like Tarver. Yep.
And that's the one where, you know, I don't understand. You know, his arms are out and he's sliding with them, you know. He's not really holding them.
Yeah, it just seems like it's inconsequential, so why call it as we get back here to live action. Step back, ill-advised 3 from Bryce Burry, who has come out in the second half and
he's hurting them more than helping them.
He's really forcing things now.
Justice Smith to the hole, fouled.
These are big foul shots here for the freshmen. You know, they can take this lead to 3 right now.
It looked like it was going to get a little bit out of hand there, but Lyons has come back strong.
Yeah, a 5-0 run here.
Third foul on Kenny DeVay there on that play.
I think if DeVay comes out for significant minutes, that's going to hurt Midlakes with Burry.
Agree.
Cooling down.
I agree. He hasn't scored much.
He just does a lot. You know, he's smart with the ball. He's a great passer. He makes good decisions. So he gets the ball and he doesn't do anything wrong, you know.
In the second half, they put the ball in his hands a little bit more than they did in the first half.
And
he's trying to create on his own.
And you could tell Coach Lyons has a ton of respect for him, or Coach Young,
yeah.
You know, because every time he touches it, Lyons has 2 guys on him.
Mm-hmm. And DeVay checks out and Hoover checks in. So we're going to see here is Smith has one more free throw to cut this lead to 3 with 2:27 left to go here in the third quarter.
Although the way Hoover played in the first half, they might not lose much with Hoover in.
And Smith cans it. 3-point ball game. And Coach Zirkus wants his Screaming Eagles to run the offense and get a bucket here on this possession.
You know, these guys played last year, and speaking with Coach Zirkus before the game, and he talked about they had a lead midway through the third against them last year. He goes, but then he had no answer for Tippy. You know, Tippy just took over, and he didn't have anybody to guard him. He finds himself in the same spot, but he's got to be a little excited that there's no Hunter out there. So we'll see, you know, what happens down these last 10 minutes of play.
So air ball for 3 for Millman, but the Midlakes maintains possession, and Anna Van Buskirk checking back into the game now for Rockefeller. Van Buskirk been extremely quiet, just 3 points so far in the evening. Expected him to be one of the top scorers for this team. We'll see if he can get it going here in the second half. And now Carswell drives the lane, and we got a reach in. I know we got a little push by
armbar. And this is the call you'll see, that little armbar, you know, out. You know, it's not a hand check, but the arm's still impeding. Where before they used to allow that, and that's what they're trying to take away.
Foul on Devin Franklin. First, he played on varsity last year as a sophomore. At least he got called up for sectionals. And another foul. This time, did they get on Mel?
Nope, Buskirk. You know, an interesting story about these two coaches, Coach Young and Coach Zirkus, is Coach Zirkus went to Lyons, played against Coach Young at Waterloo in high school, and then they're both, you know, kind of descendants of Ron Saravello from Newark, you know, longtime legendary coach. Zach helped Coach Saravello out at Newark, and obviously Coach Zirkus played for him, and you know, those guys young in their career and probably still do leaned on him a lot. So there is that connection that these two guys have. They've been friends for a long time off the court, and it's nice to see them get out here and compete against each other.
So Hoover misses again, and the lead will stay at 3.
Tarver will attack.
Seems like every time he gets it, he goes straight to the hole. High off the grass, no good. Tipped around on Mel has it. Really wasn't squared up there, and now Millman pulls it down, the big man sophomore.
Did a nice job keeping the ball high, but you're right, Jim. Didn't square to the basket.
And Millman kind of did on that spin.
Took it right at Mel, the big fella.
Trevor Millman with his 4th point of the game. And that opens up the lead back to 5. 1:22 here to go in the 3rd quarter from the New York Chiropractic College. Sloppy basketball. Burry with the steal and the run out.
That might get Burry going again, the easy layup.
He's got 14 on the night.
Van Buskirk's struggling a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have his usual mojo. He's just kind of stagnant against his zone. And Lyons is really missing the shooter against that 2-3 zone. Hunter would drop a deep 3 or even be able to just penetrate right through most zones.
And, you can't say enough, too, about the loss of Nick Farah, who was really a workhorse on last year's state Final Four team, sectional championship team. Did a lot of the small things, and, looking at Nick Kehoe, hopefully, to fill that role this year.
Yeah, Farah just had that special glue that held the team together. He led by example, didn't say much, just worked hard.
Tarver tries a 3. In and out, rebounded by Hoover. And so we got 43 seconds here to go, 3rd quarter. Baseline drive, high off the glass, no good, tipped around. And nice. A nice tip in there by Matt LaPaglia, who's quietly has 9 points, 30 seconds to go, and the lead's back up to 9. Air ball.
Now he must be in the shoot there.
From Justin Bott.
Justin Bott checked in the game, getting his first minutes, and as soon as he caught it, he flung it up, tried to break up that zone.
So we got a foul there on Dion Tarver, his 2nd, I believe.
Yes. Last couple of possessions for Lyons, 3-pointers from the right wing. Both times Carswell was closing out. Didn't close out with his hand up. I think he was fortunate that neither of those went down. Would like to see him close out with a hand in the face, make it tougher for those guys to get the look.
Lyons had pulled it down to 3. The lead's back to 9, and now Midlakes can hold for 1 with 19 seconds to go. Shot clock off. 3rd quarter of play. And Burry guarded closely by Tarver. And he's going to go 1-on-1 against Tarver. Loses the ball. Now it's still on the ground. 3 seconds to go. And it is eventually stolen and no shot.
Yeah, no intention of passing it on that.
Yeah, it was great defense by Tarver. Really locked him up. And the Johnny Manziel of the Finger Lakes East does not like the call.
Yeah, Burry's got a little attitude from what I've seen so far. So we'll see here with a 9-point lead. 1 quarter left to play here in Seneca Falls. It's Midlakes 46, Lyons 37. You're watching Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on. And small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
We hold on to the things that really matter. Welcome to Generations Bank.
And welcome back inside the Standard Process Health and Fitness Center, where the score after 3 periods of play, Midlakes 46, Lyons 37. Give me a chance to tell you about Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily special soup and the best sandwiches in town. Visit men'shalloffame.com for the full menu. So Lyons starts out with the ball, quickly turns it over. And Midlakes up ahead.
Oh, beautiful
to
bounce pass.
LaPaglia. Great pass by Burry. And now the lead stretches to 11, not the start that Coach Young was hoping for in the fourth quarter.
I like the balance Midlakes is showing so far. They've got 3 guys in double figures.
Smith for 3, barely draws on.
Yeah, very impressed with their backcourt. You know, LaPaglia and Burry have, done a great job tonight. You're throwing Carswell and DeVay, and they're like you said, I don't think they're going to threaten anybody for the Finger Lakes East title. Lyons is in a down year, and they're struggling to find their identity. This is going to be a different team in 10, 12 games with Coach Young, for sure. But Midlakes looks good out there. Carswell and Hoover's played great. DeVay.
And all this without DeVay doing anything offensively in terms of point production, doing a lot of little things.
Right, but he draws a lot of attention, which opens up for the likes of Hoover and Burry seems to be able to create on his own.
Van Buskirk, great lead for Kehoe, a little too strong. Strong rebound by Zach Rockefeller, or Ben Rockefeller, off the glass and good, and Ben Rockefeller with 9. So the Lions are finding points in a lot of different places, replacing Tippy Hunter. Rockefeller. Amel getting set to check back into the game with 3 fouls.
And I wonder if that'll force DeVay's hand, to force Coach's hand to put DeVay back in.
Burry strong to the hole, over the front iron and good. And the sophomore now has 16 points and pushes the lead back to 11. And Smith working with Van Buskirk, skips it over to Rockefeller, thinks about the 3. Gets it to the foul line to Kehoe. 1 dribble, left-hander, soft off the glass and good. And Nick Kehoe pulls it back into single digits. Tarver also set to check in for the Lions as we got that hand check
That's a tough
call
call
again.
right there.
That's almost comical. I mean, there was like 3 minutes left. Lions have been whistled for a foul. Now they've got 7, in a matter of 3-4 minutes.
It's like the referees kind of forgot what they were trying to emphasize tonight.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's Jordan Harris's 4th foul. And Kehoe was subbed out for, but he didn't know it. Lions had 6 guys on the bench, and now he comes over as Bryce Burry heads to the line. 2 free throws will get it back up above 10. 9-point game right now. 6:04 to go in the ball game. First free throw rolls out, no good. Rebound Amel. Pushes it up ahead to the freshman, Justice Smith. And Van Buskirk again passes up a 3. And now he's going to be called for a double dribble. Yep, they got him.
I still would like to see Justice Smith get the ball to the center of the court. He's trying to go to that corner and then work from the corner.
You've said that, and he hugs that sideline.
That's Van Buskirk's shot right there, too.
It is, yeah.
And he's just passing it up time and time again tonight.
He doesn't see himself tonight,
Right.
It just seems trying to find out, where his role is on the squad this year.
Backdoor cut by LaPaglia, now gives it to Carswell. Couple dribbles through the lane, in trouble, and bailed out by the referee.
And you said it, Jim. He's he's got his shoulder down. He's just kind of barreling through. He's not really creating a good opportunity for himself, and they blew the whistle. He's creating the contact, in my opinion.
Pretty sure they got Mel with that foul, or was it Van Buskirk? There's no indication here at the Chiropractic College scoreboard, so if we miss it, we got to check with the scores table. Carswell, front end, no good. The lead still 9. Right, what does Lions have to do as we look at the Finger Lakes East and some of the teams that Midlakes is going to be competing against? And, the top 3-4 teams this year, maybe even Geneva and Penn Yan, really strong, really deep, a lot of talent.
Did you just watch the same Geneva team I did? Coach Miller's going to have his handful, I think. They're going to compete,
well,
but, I'm just teasing you a little bit.
They didn't shoot well.
They didn't shoot well, and I don't know if they will, though.
Right.
I think that might be one of Coach's Achilles with that team is they don't have that. Barber's probably their best shooter. Ross will shoot it, but he's real inconsistent.
And we were looking at North Rose, too, is, going against an A2 team in Geneva. How was North Rose-Wolcott, a team that we expect to be one of the best teams that we cover this year, and how are they going to come out? And, they played great team basketball. And really fun to watch. So it's part of that might be why Geneva struggled. Maybe
it could be the fact that North Rose is going to have a great year. 17 wins, 18 wins, and
looking at Coach Nick Ciotti there. I was getting ready for the next game. Mynderse Clyde coming at you next.
But Wayne County comes over and beats Finger Lakes East Power in Geneva, and then now here, Finger Lakes East comes over, and one of the weaker Finger Lakes programs is beating the Wayne County Power.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Guys, did Rockefeller just foul out? Is that what that stoppage was? Because he's out now. The players didn't come off the court.
Yes, he fouled out. That was his 5th.
So that's going to hurt Lyons. He had 9 points for Lyons.
He's done. Official word from the book.
And now Carswell's second free throw off the rim, no good. Pulled down by Kehoe. Down 10. Here come the Lions. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. Justice Smith over to Van Buskirk. He's cheesy, a little deep there, but usually he'll take that. Smith will take it. Buttons! Justice Smith with a big shot. Gives him 12 points on the evening.
I like Smith. I like watching him play. He's just cool. You know, he's just under control and great to watch.
And he steals the pass there, and he tries to go coast to coast, and Carswell steals it. Might have been a foul, no call. And now back to Bury for the Midlakes to reset. They're up 7.
Good decision by Carswell there to pull it out. Didn't have the numbers. Recognized they're up 7. 5 minutes left. Let's eat some clock.
LaPaglia with the ball guarded by Van Buskirk, and now it's back to Carswell. Skips it over to Tillman. And bothered by Smith, they'll inbound now with 13 seconds left to shoot. 4:38 here to go in the ball game. 7-point Midlakes lead. So Bury has the ball. I bet she goes one-on-one here. But bailed out again.
I was watching. They were going to call that. Tarver had his hands both up. They were just waiting for it, and they made contact with both hands. They called the foul.
Yeah, their contact's there, but it's inconsistent. It was the same contact that was right here with Lyons going the other way, and I understand he's got his hands out, hand check. It's a foul. Okay, right. I don't have a problem. But call the foul, make it consistent both ways, And that's what sometimes happens when you're a coach and you got the guy in the baseline making a lot of calls and the guy out's not making a lot of calls, and it's just not consistent.
So the sophomore Bryce Bury to the line. The first one rolls out.
One thing, Brad, I've noticed with his foul shot, he really rushes it. Watch how quick he picks it up and releases it. He needs to slow down that motion a little bit.
He has not shot it well tonight from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's got good form, but he just rushes it too much.
Second one rattles in. He's got 17 in his varsity debut. And a big possession here for Lyons, down 8. Van Buskirk thought about it, gets it to the corner. Kehoe into Amel, squares up, right-hander way short.
Yeah, and again, Brad, as you said earlier, he's got to take that to the rack, into the hoop.
Get the momentum moving forward.
They get it right back, though, as Tillman stepped on the line.
I would have liked to see him take one power dribble and throw it off the glass.
Coach would have too. He's out there yelling at half court, power it in. You're a big tree out there. DeVay's still on the bench.
What do we got here?
I have no idea.
32. We got a foul.
Hold on Amel. Or 32.
Third on Milliman.
Call for holding Amel down there.
Give me a chance to tell you about Ferrara Lumber, a fixture in Seneca Falls, New York since 1959. Start planning your next kitchen or bath remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. And there, finally, Van Buskirk lets one go. And now Tarver wide open, lefty three, no good. Amel gets his hand on it, can't corral it. Bury comes down with it. A couple of big misses for Lyons there. Would have brought him back within 5. So just under 4 minutes here to go in the ball game. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Korzeniewski, and Brad Conner, glad you could be alongside with us here for this opening game for both teams, the 2015-16 high school basketball season. Kenny DeVay back in the ball game, guarded by Kehoe. Interior pass to Carswell, 2 dribbles out to Millman, and back to Bury with 8 to shoot. Drives the lane.
He got hit by his own kid.
Yeah, they're going to get, again, I keep saying bailout, but you got the 2 guys that are hurt right now are Bury and Carswell. And Carswell's down in the paint.
I'm interested to see who the foul's on.
Got a block
on Carswell. They did call the foul on Carswell. I like the call. Carswell set a nasty screen there, and then banged into Bury. It was Midlakes on Midlakes contact, so a good pickup by the official on that call. Everybody's kind of standing around waiting to see what it was. But
I got 3 on Carswell, who's coming off to make sure he's okay. He looks okay over there.
Yep. Now Coach.
Looks like Coach Young's going to go small.
Coach Zirkus didn't like the call. And Burry's running his mouth out there. And really has no business getting involved in that conversation with Zirkus and the official. You know, got to be careful, as we used to see with Damon Hunter. Justice Smith to the lane, and good! Corsi, do you see the Wonder Twins around here? Because I think this is an NYCC. I think this is the Hall of Justice.
You're waiting all game for that one.
Yeah, right. It's going to be a long 4 years. Well, Justice Smith in his debut taking over the point for Damon Hunter has 14 points.
You know, he started off slow, coming on strong. Burry started off hot. You know, he had a couple points this quarter. Burry did, I think, 4. But, you know, Burry had 11 or 12 in the first quarter. And now I think he's got 17, 18, where Smith is now playing a little bit stronger at the end.
I think what Coach Young just did, he took Almel out, tried to go small. I think wants to attack off the dribble. And obviously we saw what that happened with Justice Smith. They can continue to do that. I think they can get back into this a little bit more, get into that 6-point lead.
The question in Wayne County, guys, is, you know, we know North Rose-Wolcott is going to be good, but can Clyde, can Lyons, can maybe ER, or even Red Creek, who had a great start with Nick Klein scoring 32 points, can any of these teams compete with North Rose for that Wayne County title? Red Creek won it last year for the first time in their school history. North Rose certainly the favorite. We're going to get a look at Clyde next, coming up after this game in our nightcap.
Yeah, that'll tell us a lot because they're one of the teams that we have up there. You know, I think North Rose is a strong team. I think they're going to have a great year. I think they're going to have a good possibility of maybe going undefeated in that league. Last year, Wayne County, very tough. This year, top to bottom, not as tough.
Right. Finger Lakes Construction is the #1 post frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, municipal, agricultural, pole barns, and more. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com.
Lions in a 1-3-1 here, trying to get a trap maybe in the baseline. DeVay might see. Good pass by DeVay.
Backdoor alley-oop.
I love the way he passes, and that's where that diagonal is always open, but you always got a little guard there, you know. You got DeVay out there. Great find. For a big bucket, too.
LePaglia with 13 points. And now Justice Smith up and under, off the rim, and good!
He just quietly gets back, unassuming, Justice.
16 points for the freshman. And we have a 6-point game, 2:30 left to play.
Of course, I'll tell you, I think Midlakes has been more effective against the zone tonight than against the man because they're so smart with their passes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, they're running good sets, but they pass the ball so well against the zone.
Ooh, LaPaglia, they tagged on Mel, or did it? Nope, they got Smith. As we look here at Justice Smith taking it down the middle of the lane and up and under. I mean, how old are freshmen? 14, 15 years old?
15 years old,
15 years old, the big stage. Impressive.
Yeah, he just got a note from the longtime stat keeper here at Lyons. Says he reminds me of Irvin Bell. I don't know if you remember Irvin Bell, but Irvin was long like that, point guard, under control all the time, real good with the ball. So they got a scoreboard complication here. They're checking the scoreboard. They're fixing it. We got it right here at Finger Lakes 1.
54-48, right? Or is it 55? 54-48, 55.
You got LaPaglia with 14 points. Excellent game tonight for the
kind of a
senior.
You know, he's been a silent assassin. Got some nice run out layups and some good drives at 3.
And he's smart. He's getting open. He's getting into space where Burry can find him, where DeVay can find him. Gets an open layup like he did last possession.
So it is 55-48, 7-point lead. LaPaglia with a free throw to extend that lead up to 8. Lions keeps making runs, and Midlakes keeps answering them. Big miss there, though.
Midlakes has struggled from the foul line tonight, especially their guards.
And Justice Smith. And Van Buskirk again passes up 3 back to Smith. He'll let it fire off the glass, and good!
Jim, did he call that?
Justice Smith!
Freshmen don't understand that banks aren't open on Saturday night, Brad.
19 points for the freshman, taking over the helm for Damon Hunter, one of the all-time legendary players for Lions. And it's exciting when we get a kid this young, and Burry's another kid.
Yeah, it is. It's fun, you know, and two opposite ends. You know, one's real emotional. The other one, the guys are jumping on him here timeout, and he can't even crack a smile, man. He's just out there to
all business.
All business.
Different styles of leadership, and they're going to have to lead their teams.
Yeah,
up and off the glass.
And like we said with Burry, you know, he's mouthy out there and he's running, but that's something Midlakes might need a little bit of.
The beautiful Katie DeConey, wife of health and fitness director here at the college, Rhett DeConey, who will be with us between games to talk basketball, talk about this tournament, which he organizes. It's really his brainchild, and what a great job he does, and also just chat a little bit about sports. We look forward to having Rhett in between games, but we got a 4-point ball game here, 2:07 left to go, and give me a chance to tell you about Jimmers Auto, offering the full inventory of late model cars and trucks and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com.
Yeah, so let's see. Lyons opens up in the 2:07 to go. Full court press. Midlakes has got to handle it now. They got the lead. They got in a good spot.
Way
good
ahead of Hoover. Oh, looks like he traveled. No call.
Good decision by the senior, though, to pull it out.
Nobody's got DeVay. He thought about it. Now it's to the corner. LaPaglia for three. No. Rebounded by Carswell. 4-point game.
They want to foul Carswell. He knows the scouting report on Carswell.
Yeah. and he doesn't need to say the number. He says the name. Kenny DeVay to the rim. Rolls off the rim. No good. Rebound by Hoover. Tip back. No good. Now LaPaglia pulls it down. And with 1:30, too many chances for Midlakes.
I think where Lions are struggling now, they don't have Mel in the game to be able to get those rebounds.
Yeah, it's something you got to give up. You know, I mean, you're right. He took him out to create a tempo. It's going to hurt him on the boards. He comes back in.
There he comes. You know, sadly for Lions, one of their best rebounders last year was Carswell.
Yeah, he was. And Coach Young said it before the game, probably the best rebounder he's ever coached.
Yep.
And Farah, too, was a hell of a rebounder for his size.
Another missed free throw for Midlakes is just keeping Lions alive. Even if he makes this, it's still a 2-possession game. 1:31 left to go here in the ball game.
Free throws are going to keep Coach Zirkus up at night this season.
Yeah, LaPaglia makes the second.
And it's his guards, too, you know.
Guys
one time you can swallow it. Yeah, they're going to have the ball a lot.
Justice Smith has a nice size advantage over LaPaglia. He takes it right to him.
That's the call. That's the one that.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times tonight. I think LaPaglia has been the beneficiary and the victim.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he's been the beneficiary a couple more times, so it's a little payback there, but I don't like the call.
That's the fourth on LaPaglia. He's got to watch himself in the last minute and a half.
2 big free throws for the youngster. First one, nothing but net. And that is 20 points in his debut.
A lot in the second half. I would like to know how many he's had here in the fourth quarter. Check with our official stat guy.
Second shot, no good. Pulled down by Carswell. So 4-point game, 1:20 left.
They can take some time off here. Attack softly.
Oh, sloppy.
Good play by LaPaglia.
Johnny on the spot.
Thank you.
18 seconds left in the shot clock. 1:03 left in the game. DeVay gets it over to Carswell. Coach Young wants the foul.
He's yelling the foul, and they don't
the refs don't call that one. They definitely fouled him, didn't they, Corsi?
They did. I think I saw 3-hand slap him, and then they get the no call.
Instead, they're sending Hoover to the line.
Fourth foul on Mel.
And our official stat is 11 points for Justice Smith here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, in the fourth quarter alone.
That's great for a freshman. You don't expect that out of a freshman.
Hoover's first free throw off the rim and no good.
There was times he looked like a freshman tonight, but in this fourth quarter, he doesn't look like a freshman.
No, he's really
watching him grow up right in front of our eyes here tonight.
He's really the one guy showing no fear.
Yeah, I thought we'd see more of that from Van Buskirk.
Hoover with his 8th point of the game. It's a 5-point game now. 52 seconds, under 1 minute. Lions is going to have to hurry inside the keyhole. Kicks it out. Van Buskirk, instead of shooting that, 3 travels. Why doesn't he shoot that?
I don't know why he doesn't. He's just not feeling it, and he's thinking too much. He's not playing basketball. He's just got to go out and play.
52-47.
Nobody knows who's coming off, but a great timeout for Coach Young there.
Yeah, he's right. He's taking Smith off. A little offense-defense, I guess.
Yeah.
They're going to start fouling, I think, right here.
Yeah.
DeVay with the ball. Not the guy you want to foul. LaPaglia.
He just missed.
Midlake smartly keeping it out of Carswell's hands.
Yeah, they want to foul Carswell when he.
There they go. Kehoe fouls DeVay. And so Midlakes can seal this from the free throw line.
Coach Circus got to be comfortable with DeVay on the line. You know, he seemed to do everything right tonight.
Reset things here, 38 seconds, 57-55, Midlakes lead. Give me a chance, too, to tell you about Thompson Health Urgent Care Center in Farmington, providing acute illness and injury care in a welcoming environment with doctors, nurse practitioners, and physician assistants whose goal it is to get you treated promptly and courteously so you can get back to enjoying your life. Learn more at thompsonhealth.com. Big free throw by Kenny DeVay. 6-point game. This one will make it a 3-possession game with 38 seconds left.
Surprisingly, DeVay has only 3 points tonight.
Jeez, another miss.
You wouldn't think that they'd be up 6 with DeVay having only 3. Justice Smith gets it over to Tarver, drives the lane, challenged by Carswell, blocked by Carswell. Get it back. Mel wanted it for 3, and now Franklin a little hard after, but gets his own rebound, and it'll stay here with Lyons. Nope, going the other way. Coach Young
19
like
seconds
call.
left here, down 6. Lions gonna have to foul immediately. And I think at this point, foul whoever, because nobody's making foul shots for the Screaming Eagles. You know, they're kind of feeling the pressure, and then that's what happens when you routinely lose. It's hard to teach a team how to win.
Right.
And you know, if they don't get this win here because of foul shots, they're going to struggle.
Nope, they got the foul on Carswell. So Coach Young happy with that.
Yeah, not much. You know, half a second off the clock as well.
So how about this? Darren Carswell, a Lions line for last year's season, all the way to Glens Falls, now with a chance for another team, Midlakes, to secure the victory against his former mates.
I like the drama.
So Carswell stands, 1 dribble, 2 dribble, spin, 3 dribble, 4 dribble, spin, and here it goes. Nothing but net.
Man, looks
and
like a
Zach
best
Young,
foul shooter on the team.
Zach Young surprised.
You don't want to foul. A guy that actually has everything at stake. Bragging rights.
I have 13 for Carswell. And now it becomes a 3-possession game with 18 seconds left to go, 18.5. Nobody in the lane for Midlakes, and Carswell lets it go. A little
gets
short,
his own rebound. He was in early. Good call.
That's happened a couple times tonight. It was the first time I've seen him actually call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they took time off the clock, and that shouldn't have gone time off the clock. That lost a second for Lions. I don't think it's going to matter, but.
Justice Smith drives the lane, high off the glass, and good. Man, is that kid fearless. 22 points for the freshman, and it's a 5-point game with 9.1 seconds to go. Looks pretty much elementary here, unless we get a quick steal.
It's got to be a steal. The fouls aren't going to help you. Even if they go down and foul, you're looking at 7 seconds probably to get 5 points. They're going to need a steal in the next possession or two.
And it's fun to see Coach Young coaching on the sideline again. He's very intense guy to watch. A lot of fun.
Yeah, he is a fun guy to watch, Coach.
And also a good friend of FingerLakes1.com sports team. He's providing us with information and appearances on the Upstate Hoops podcast. By the way, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'm excited. We got to do the best game of the day. I think it's it's been a close game. It's been the most competitive. I don't know if the next game will be as competitive. I think Mynderse should win that game handily in the second half, but you never know, And so this has been a good one.
And what we've seen tonight, too, which is really exciting on a new season, is new faces really stepping up early. And Bryce Burry with a great first half for Midlakes, helping them open up this league. And Justice Smith,
Matt LaPaglia,
point guard.
Justin Hoover, Kenny DeVay we knew about, but Midlakes has done a great job tonight for Coach Circus, and looks like they'll get out of here with a win, and that's a big win for Midlakes.
Absolutely.
Really big win.
I agree.
They got
Carswell
Carswell deep.
on the run out.
Boeheim style.
And up and in.
Should've
5
fouled.
seconds, 4 seconds. Van Buskirk still gets it off. It's elementary, and he hits it.
Yeah, that's what Coach Young wanted, and Coach Young's going to sit him down at some point in the next 24 to 48 hours and say, we need that from you. If you can't provide that offensively, you're not going to help us.
So, at the end of our third game of our quadruple header, it's the Midlakes Screaming Eagles defeating the Lions. 61-57. We'll be right back with the Dr. Rod Littlejohn Smiles with Style post-game show, and then Mynderse versus Clyde.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 high school basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover your college education? Learn about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. By Finger Lakes Community College. Thinking about life after high school? Get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics, celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Dobbins Pharmacy, serving their customers in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, with offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. By the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. By Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. Red's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls and $1 tacos every Monday night. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Yeah.
Not doing that, he's not himself.
And welcome back to the New York Chiropractic College. A great win by the Midlakes Screaming Eagles and Coach Pete Circus getting that first win off their shoulder. 3 wins total last year for Midlakes, and 1 giant win to start the season this year over against Lyons. Back with Brad O'Connor and Darren Carswell, the Lyons transfer, who played a great game tonight. I thought, Darren, I think you were in the low teens for scoring, maybe 11 to 12 unofficially, but Coach Young said before the game you're the best rebounder he's ever coached. So you really got a lot of big rebounds in the second half, as you did last year when you played for Lyons, to help seal the victory. What's it mean to you to come back and, a year out of what was just a memorable season, to come back and play against your teammates?
It was really fun to play against my old friends and all that, and it was just very exciting that we got the W, and couldn't be happier with the way the team played stuff. Was this game a little extra special to you going against Lyons, or was it nerve-wracking? I mean, what were the emotions when you found out you had to play them? I was excited. I was very ready from the get-go. Looking forward to playing my old friends and stuff. Like you said, we came off a very good season last year, and I was blessed to be a part of that team, and it was just fun playing those guys again.
Darren, how much did Coach Circus lean on you as far as intelligence on what Lyons was trying to do and some of the personnel on that side?
He just said to go out there and give it all. I got every play, and just play hard and don't let the emotions get to me.
Yeah, I think that's important to understand. I mean, you're 16 years old, and there's a lot of emotion involved with your friends on one side, and you got to mesh with new guys on this side. And, I thought some of your teammates played great today. Is that transition going well with the new guys? Oh, yeah, it's been great. From day one, they welcomed me. They were very excited to hear that I was coming.
And just looking forward to a good season with these guys. Hopefully we can make some noise in sectionals and the league.
Yeah, I mean, normally Midlakes is been on the lower end of the Finger Lakes East, and we at Finger Lakes 1 have you down there. But after watching tonight, I was impressed. Bryce Burry came out lights on fire. We were joking coming in that, he talks a little bit, and, it's kind of who he is and probably fuels him. Mm-hmm. And then great game by Matt LaPaglia. He was doing everything, and DeVay inside, outside. What a great passer he is.
Oh, yes. Both Matt and Ken DeVay are very good leaders, and glad to have them on the team. Makes it a lot easier for all the other guys. And, yeah, Bryce played well tonight, shot the ball well. He does run his mouth quite a bit.
Yeah, but maybe you guys need that because towards the end you weren't making your foul shots and you weren't really. I talked about it. It's hard to learn to win. At Lyons you're used to winning, so it comes easy. But when you're at Midlakes, you got to learn that, and maybe that energy that Bryce provides with his talking maybe might help you guys out early on.
It definitely does. It hypes the boys up. I mean, he was pumped when he found out we were playing Lyons, especially me being from there.
Yeah.
It was just good. All the guys were excited, and we were just nice to come out with a W.
I do got one question for you. I don't know if you answer, but did it seem to me that Coach Young was trying to get you on the foul line at the end of the game?
Oh, yeah.
Why is that?
Because even last year I was a bad free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Something I definitely need to work on.
He knows you well. He was looking for a little elbow on offense, which he got called for. I remember a couple games where he was like leaning in a little bit, and I didn't understand the foul shooting until I heard him yell, "Foul, Darren!" And I saw you laughing out there.
And then you would have knocked one down at the end anyway for him.
Yeah,
you guys struggled at the line a little bit, but then you stepped up and knocked down your first one, which was a big free throw. It made it a 3-possession game, and so it's nice that you seem like you have a good relationship with Coach Young, and you guys can kind of joke around about that. And he's a great coach. Coach Zirkus does a great job as well. So you've been blessed with a couple good coaches.
Darren, I really like what you guys were doing against the zone. It looked like you spent some time at the high post, really trying to work the ball from the high post, a little high-low, and kickouts and getting good looks out that way. And was that something that you guys really focused on against that zone?
Yeah, we knew they would probably run a zone because we have size on them. And Coach just said, just be smart with the ball, catch the high post, and make good decisions. He told us not to hold the reaches to us to swing the ball around.
You guys are very unselfish, great passing team.
And we're holding on to it too long to encourage a double team, really moving it quickly.
All right, now we're running out of time here, so I'm going to leave you, really hit you on the spot. We got Mynderse and Clyde out here warming up. You know both these teams very well. Okay, Clyde's in your league, and Mynderse, you guys play a lot in scrimmage. I want what your score prediction might be.
I'm going to say 61 to 45, Mynderse over Clyde.
15-point win.
Yeah.
I might be with you on that one. All right, Darren. Well, listen, you look good in light blue. I know there's a lot of Lions people watching that don't think so, agree with me, but I think it was great shade for you. And on behalf of Finger Lakes 1, we thought you played great, and congratulations on your first win with your new school, and we wish you the best of luck this year.
Thank you. Appreciate
Congratulations. Good win tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and with that, we Midlakes 61, Lions 57. We got about 16 and a half minutes before tip-off of our second game here in the doubleheader. We're going to come back in a commercial with program director, and the event coordinator, the one and only Rhett Taccone, after a commercial break.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to FingerLakes1.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to FingerLakes1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
Last time they talked about my background a little bit, but I mean, just the details of all this stuff. And there you go. Whatever. I'm good with that. I gotta get the shine off my head.
And with that, we are back with the two baldest men in New York Chiropractic College. We are joined by the event coordinator, program director, the official title down here, nobody really knows.
Director of Health and Fitness.
Director of Health and Fitness, Rhett DeConey, alongside Brad Conner. And we're in between two games here, and we're going to talk a little NYCC in a little event. I talked to the nightcap. Talking to the coaches, just like last year, and the kids, they love coming here.
That's what we want to hear.
You do some special things for them. Can you talk about what makes the kids exciting? What kind of touches you're trying to do to the tournament or the showcase?
You know how all the big D1 college tournaments that go on this weekend. We want to make this a big invitational for the high school kids, make them feel just like that. We got the names on their lockers in the locker room, which they love. We take care of them with all kinds of cool stuff, after the game, and we just it's a good place for them to come and play on the big court, and the atmosphere, full house. It's on the college campus, so they love it.
And they do love it. I was talking to Coach Circus before the game started, and he said, one of the kids came up and he said, "Coach, I got my name on the locker."
Yeah.
Did you do that? He looked at me and said, "No, I didn't do that."
That's
but
their favorite thing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You go in and, like Coach Young, he said, he goes, our locker room's, ancient, and you come down here, it's a nice new locker room, your name's on it, and, they get little player passes, and you do a lot
like a college player.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we just want to make it as first class and professional as we can, and we're fortunate here at NYCC with the building. When it was built initially, obviously it was it was Division III or what, but they had athletic departments, so we had the facilities were set up for smaller team locker rooms and the main locker rooms and all that, so it works well for basketball.
I mean, you got the ball boys out here sweeping. That's the local kids. Your son, his friends, and they like it. And
they've been here all day.
And the players see the sweeping and stuff. It makes it a little bit more special. The atmosphere provides something for the kids to get excited about to start the season off. So we thank you. I know the kids and coaches thank you. Jim had mentioned that there's maybe a talk of maybe getting some girls teams down here next year, or anything you're looking to do differently.
We're just going to try and figure out how we can get that into the mix. I'd love to get some girls games here as well. There's great girls basketball here in this area too, and Mynderse having a good run to the state finals last year, and just a good program there. And Coach Anderson and I have been talking about possibly getting whether it's added to this tournament or invitational, or we do something separate. We're not sure yet, but it'd be great to have 2 or 4 games for the girls as well.
Brad, have you found coaches coming to you to request playing in this event as nice as it's been for the last couple of years?
Actually, Brian Miller from Geneva, he contacted me right after the tournament was over last year and said, "Hey, I was in the crowd. I saw how cool it was. I definitely want to be a part of that." And Palmyra Masson and coach wants to be in it, and there's a good group of schools that want to be in it, so it's nice to have that now. I think for the guys, I think we'll keep it at 8 teams, but we'll see what happens. We'll love having Mynderse here.
Would there ever be a plan of maybe a 2-game set where you could have like a tournament? Or
potentially, but with the schedule, we'd probably have to we'd have to limit the teams. I like bringing more teams in, having different crowds come in, the local area. It's great crowds. I mean, with Clyde just down the road and Mynderse here.
Yeah.
I'd love to get Waterloo in the mix, so we got to talk to Coach Panic over there.
Yeah, get on Coach Dine, the new coach Kevin Dinan, and the athletic director Jeff Panic, and see if we can get him down here. And Panic will want you to share most of your revenue though, so you better be careful.
Yeah, he's got a good setup over there. Hard to argue with that. But anyways, we definitely would love to have it, keep it as an invitational. Maybe do a tournament for the girls, something like that, depending on how many teams we get for that. That could be a possibility. But I love the setup for the 1 day, 4 games, 4 different teams.
It's a great showcase. And what I love about it is you bring Southern Cayuga in, who nobody really sees from the area, but they're not far down the road.
Right.
And then you got Clyde, Lyons, and Mynderse. So if you like local basketball, Lyons is a little bit of down year, but last year they were great. And you come watch them play. It's kind of a regional, nice little local Wayne County, Finger Lakes showcase.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
You get to see a lot in 1 day.
Yeah, and I think next year we got to set it up. We got to get Mynderse Lions game. That's where we got to get to open the season.
Yeah, there you go. That would be that'd be nice to see. I'm so glad we can see Mynderse Clyde tonight. last year the games were a little bit more lopsided, but a little bit closer I think tonight. That Midlakes coming in today and knocking off Lyons is really good for them and their program.
Yeah, that was a good win for them. Lyons is young, but they showed some promise tonight too. They had a good game. Coach
how about the freshman in the fourth quarter?
Gotta like him, man. He's not afraid of anything, is he?
No, Buskirk's out there. I thought he'd be taking over.
Right.
And it was the freshman really that got it done, brought them back into that game.
Yeah, and we got Clyde should be good this year. They had a pretty good team last year, and a lot of guys coming back, so should be another good game. And even the early game, I know you guys didn't do that game, but the Cayuga was on fire in the first quarter. I felt bad for South Seneca because they really played hard and they were in it.
It never really changed after that first quarter. I watched from home on this great production that Jim Sinicropi's running. And I watched both games earlier.
Yep.
And I thought that Southern Cayuga just came out on fire, and they never really looked back.
Number 20, I'm not sure his name, but he couldn't miss.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a good deal. So, it's a great thing to have these guys out here and, get the feel of being one of the big dogs, being like Syracuse Orange.
The Orangemen, they're down in the Bahamas. I mean, this isn't the Bahamas, right? Down in Atlantis.
Let's not get ourselves mixed up here. This is not.
But I mean, it slides through the Sharks.
You provide that feel. And how about the Syracuse Orange, Brad? I mean, what did you think about their run?
What a great effort. Really showed us a different side of that team. What we saw in the first 3 games against some lesser competition where they were just shooting threes. They really really diversified themselves a lot over the last several days, and we love to see them beat UConn.
Absolutely.
I'm a Duke fan, but I was rooting for Syracuse in all 3 games, but a little bit harder against UConn. I've never been a fan of UConn.
I know I got my buddy Eric Wasser down in South Florida, and he's a huge Cuse fan, and he's all nervous at the start of the season. Are we going to be okay? How are we going to do? He's all nervous about it, but now I think I calmed him down. He sees that the Cuse has a lot of potential. It's a great young players.
If you look at Syracuse, and they could have lost their semi game and to UConn. They lose that, and then they go play Gonzaga and lose that. They're not going to see the top 25 all year, unless they go on a heck of a run in the ACC. Yep. So now they're going to be between 14 and 20.
For a team that didn't get a single vote in the preseason top 25.
Yeah. So it's a great week for them. The freshmen, I thought, played great. Malachi's tough.
Tyler Lyons was unbelievable on that team.
Are you guys fans of The Office?
Yeah.
The show The Office. You remember Gabe came on the last 3 years, the Gabe character. Tyler Lydon and him could be brothers, right? I'm watching all week. I'm watching all week. I'm like, this is Gabe from The Office.
I don't know
with
if
a
Tyler
better jumper.
Want to be considered Gabe,
I don't know.
But Gabe might want to be considered.
Look, I'm
Tyler.
sure Tyler after this week is going to do just fine with his current situation because he really played awesome.
He's going to be the BMOC on the
the Cuse is going to come back on fire. Wisconsin and then Georgetown. I mean, they wrap up a couple. They get those 2 victories, man. Watch out.
The next 4 or 5 after that, they're lesser competition. So if they win those 2, they could go undefeated into ACC play, which would be fantastic. They'd be top 15 at least, maybe even top 10 by the time they hit ACC play.
I think the ACC's got to love it that Syracuse just went down to, Gonzaga and Texas A&M and UConn, Big East. They did a great job. I was really happy for Boeheim with everything he's been dragged through over the last year.
Tough 6 to 8 months, and it's just good to see that, nobody gave him any credit. I mean, Kentucky brings these freshmen in. Duke brings all kinds of freshmen in. Syracuse does too.
And they always have a couple
of
kids.
But Tyler Lydon's not a guy that was on a lot of radars.
No.
He was a 4-star, 5-star prospect, but he wasn't,
that wasn't
a guy
big
that Kentucky or Duke was going after, and so he'd fall under the radar that way.
He played smart too, smart just all around, didn't force anything, always in the right position in defense, and good for the Cuse. It's great for local hoops.
That's the one thing they have too, though, the 2 senior guys.
Yeah, how often are you a big-time program, which Syracuse is a top 20 program, no doubt about it, maybe top 10, and you have 2 fifth-year backcourt mates. I mean, you don't have that a lot, and a lot of teams they play this year aren't. I mean, I'm a Duke fan, and that's the farthest from what Duke has, and so it's nice. And as a college basketball fan, you don't get to see that a lot. So I think it's just going to be a fun year for Syracuse. Certainly, when they struggle to shoot the 3, they're gonna lose some games. But
they're missing the inside presence. Coleman's not what he could be. I think he's still getting his sea legs back. I think a little bit, but he's just the skill level. I think is there. It's just I think there's confidence and there's he's just he doesn't feel like he's all engaged in the offense, right?
And until he does, though, at least he's a great big man in there for defense and rebounding.
And rebounding. I mean, you need him in there, and especially against a team like Texas A&M. That was what was nice, is we saw Syracuse play against 3 teams that were all pretty different styles.
Yep.
Texas A&M was a big, banging team, and they held their own between Leiden and Coleman, and even Roberson didn't play as well in that game as he's played in some of the other games, but good rebounding. They're able to get it out of the zone, which I think that's a problem with this team always, is being able to rebound out of the zone. I think they did a decent job of that against a big team like Texas A&M.
So athletic too.
Yeah, they are, and that's a great excitement of basketball in November. A lot of people, it doesn't mean anything, but it does. And look at what it did for Syracuse. So just like Syracuse, these guys are out here. We think Mynderse might have the advantage tonight, but Clyde wants to come out and win this game too. They're excited about their start of the season, and nothing's settled until it's settled on the court. So we're going to come back, and we got tip off in about 4.5 minutes. We're going to bring you an exciting game between the Mynderse Academy Blue Devils and the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles. Rhett, thanks. You do a great job.
Thanks, Rhett.
I think the kids love it coming down here, and we like it. Fantastic job by NYCC and Rhett Taccone. We'll be back in a few minutes for the tip-off of the second game.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Like us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to FingerLakes1.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to FingerLakes1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
And we are back inside the Standard Process Health and Fitness Center in Seneca Falls, New York, on the campus of New York Chiropractic College, where we're awaiting the tip of our 4th game of the evening. Mynderse Academy versus Clyde-Savannah, another Finger Lakes East Wayne County crossover. Jim Sinicropi alongside Kevin Korzeniewski and Brad Conner. Brad, here he comes. He was in these quadruple headers. You have to take a bathroom break. So Brad's back with us here, and guys, nightcap. In a lot of ways, this is the game we've been looking most forward to. Mynderse having one of the better teams that they've had in recent memory, roster-wise. We want to see if it can play out on the court against a Clyde-Savannah team that has one of the best players in the league in Derek Chance, and a new look for the Golden Eagles, who are still trying to rebuild after winning the sectional title 2 years ago with the likes of Cam DeSanto and Jomaine Bogans. And Corzi, what's your take on this year's Mynderse squad?
Well, they're good. They're talented, and talent always doesn't equate into greatness, and they're going to go against North Rose in sectional play. Mynderse is looking to establish themselves here early against Clyde, but the Mynderse should be in contention to win the league title and in contention to win the sectional title. They got a lot of good players coming back. Devin Verkey's coming back. Brett Anderson's back. Jake Means back, and Jake Jones. They're deep. They're talented. Chemistry, and really how the kids work well together is going to dictate how this team does. They got some nice young players to add in, Devin Anderson and Liam Carher's little brother, Kellen Carher. So we're excited to watch Mynderse this year with Kafola, Bachman coming off the bench, Ruddy coming off the bench. And what the difference to me between a Mynderse and a North Rose is the bench and the depth. Yeah. Where North Rose is going to struggle to get better in practice each and every day. Coach Hoyt's going to have to come up with some different things. He's got 9 kids. How do they going to improve? Where Mynderse, they can battle in practice. Their second string can give their first string a challenge, and that's what makes good teams great.
And also a program backloaded with talent at the JV level. Brad, Clyde-Savannah, a team that you're familiar with from your playing days, and of course, a storied program. What can we look for in this year's iteration of the Golden Eagles? What can we look for tonight?
Yeah, this I'm really excited to see Derek Chance tonight. You guys have talked a lot about Derek Chance over the last several weeks and even last year. I think his ability to lead this team as a sophomore, I think, is really going to dictate how far this team can go. You know, he's a key player back. Trey Canale's another one who's spent some time on the in years past. I think between the two of them and certainly Chance, how much can they dictate the terms of play against Mynderse rather than Mynderse dictating what Clyde needs to do?
Right, and you know, if the theme of the nightcap of our quadruple header, the evening session holds true, it will be another youngster. We were treated to a great sophomore in Bryce Burry for Midlakes, a great freshman debut out of Justice Smith for Lyons, and so we'll see if Chance can deliver in the way those guys did. And then also on Mynderse, Korzy, some young guys too coming up from JVs who the program's really excited about.
Well, there's the difference. What you're talking about is Mynderse doesn't need, I've heard a lot of good things about Kellen Kerher, as he's going to be a backup point guard. Maybe if he's on any one of these other teams, he's a starting point guard. You know, he's backing up Brett Anderson Jr., who's been a 3-year point guard. They don't really need to rely on Kellen as much as Coach Young needs to rely on Justice, and Bryce Burry needs to step up for his team to be successful. So that's the difference is the depth of Mynderse program right now. Lyons has had that depth before, Clyde's had that depth before, Midlakes really hasn't. But you're going to see some a nice young point guard in Mynderse too in Kellen Kerher.
Absolutely. And Brad, how's it feel for you coming back? Watching your alma mater, getting to call a game. We've had some fun calling the first game with you tonight. Of course, you're no stranger to fans of Finger Lakes 1 as a co-host of the Upstate Orange podcast. But a lot of fun to be able to, would you ever have thought that you'd be calling a Mynderse game?
I never did think that. No, it's fun to be here, to be able to see Mynderse. I've watched a lot of what you guys have been able to produce on Finger Lakes 1, and certainly I watch Mynderse, being a Mynderse alum, so it's fun to me to be here, be able to describe it. I've known Coach Ciotti for a long, long time, and so it's fun to be able to see what his team can do here tonight.
Well, we are about just a few moments from tip here of our nightcap. It's another Finger Lakes East Wayne County battle as the Blue Devils take on the Golden Eagle. Capacity crowd now inside the New York Chiropractic College, kind of been building throughout the day, and culminating now with the hometown team taking the court against neighboring Clyde-Savannah.
There's a lot of blue up there, though. And the one thing I noticed, that the afternoon games weren't as well attended. In Geneva, in North Rose is a good game, and South Seneca's right down the road, Southern Cayuga. But it goes to show you, people would rather have the games, I think, in the evening.
Agree. And we got starting for Clyde, Derek Chance, sophomore, senior Gerard Faniel, brother of former starting point guard for Clyde, Joey Faniel. Jarrett Murray, he's a junior. Number 3, Tyler Rattray. And Nate Paddock for Mynderse. It's Brett Anderson starting. He's a junior, starting for the 3rd consecutive year at the helm. Jake Jones, 5'10 junior. Devin Verkey, Jake Mean, and Ben Cafola. And we are underway for game number 4 here on Finger Lakes 1. And Devin Verkey takes a tip, goes right to the hole, and gets it stolen away. And look at the speed of Derek Chance right off the bat.
Yeah, Derek is going to bring a tempo that Mynderse hasn't seen yet in any scrimmages or at this point in the season, so we'll see if they can contain him early.
Gerard Faniel misses the 3, but it's rebounded by Tyler Rattray. Looks like he stepped on the baseline.
Yep, I anticipate a high up-tempo game.
Yeah, back
and I think Clyde has to, because they're so undersized by Mynderse, and I think Mynderse likes to run. They like to run and shoot the 3.
Brett Anderson, no trouble breaking the pressure, and he goes with the help from a pick from Mean, goes by him, but turns it over. And what do we have here?
Foul on Jake Jones, reaching from behind, but ill-advised pass there by Anderson on this end. There's no reason to force the issue. Get into your set some screens, get some reversals. Early jitters, right?
Yeah.
Even for the 3-time starting point guard.
So Clyde inbounds under their own basket. Verkey with a steal. He's in alone. And left-handed layup is off the glass and good for Mynderse. First points of the ball game.
Good anticipation by Verkey on that when he saw it coming.
Nice give and go, but turned away by Verkey. And now Anderson with the ball. Didn't have numbers. Jones gets it open for three. Off the back iron, no good. And Chance wrestles away the rebound.
Of course, how'd you like to see him follow a shot on that three-point
Yeah, he
pass?
knew it wasn't going in. I like the follow shot, but I thought as soon as he shot it, he fouled it a little too quick. And once you know you're fouling it that quick, you know it's a miss. But good hustle by him.
Right.
So Anderson with the ball baseline. Up top and stolen by Faneuil. Bounce pass ahead to Rattray, who pulls up for three. Off the back iron, no good. Pulled down by Jake Mean. He was a late season call-up from the JV squad after transferring from Romulus. And now Verke lets one fly for three. Nothing but air. He's complained to the ref, wants a foul.
Just hustles back.
I don't think he's going to get that call.
It was a non-call. There was no call. But he gets going on that three, and he's tough to guard.
And he's still jawing with the referee there. 2-0 early here in the
Mynderse
first
pressing.
quarter. Yeah, both teams going with the full court press. And
maybe this will be a first 1-80 game. That'd be fun to watch.
Inbounded to Rattray,
Here
gives
they
it
go.
up to Chance. Chance takes it straight to the hole, right-handed, bothered by Cafola, fouled by Cafola, basket no good.
Chance is just an athlete, isn't he, guys? I mean, just his explosiveness, his strength, his speed.
The quickness is hard to prepare for. Minders will struggle with that.
And again, just a sophomore, and none of these guys are going pro early or going,
No.
we're going to see them for the full tenure of their high school career, which is one of the great things about following high school basketball.
You know, we've made some references to Tippy Hunter, and, you know, we really, really grew with him. And we sat here last year and asked that question, can he hold it together and lead his team and not talk and jaw?
Yeah.
And he did, and, you know, you know, maybe in the last game when things were over, I think he lost a little bit. But it was fun to watch him grow up, really was.
So 1-2 for Chance. Anderson pulls it down ahead to Jones. Clear lane to the basket, high off the glass,
damn
good
well.
in the foul.
Great call by the trail official. He was in position, but he turned his body sideways, which is a block. So
and no
good finish by Jake Jones.
Arc under the basket in high school for the charge, but generally you're not going to get that charge call.
No, any good official won't call if it's too deep.
You respect Jones for going strong to the basket on that.
I was
Saw an
interested.
angle.
Yeah, Brad, I was interested to see if he was going to stop and try and pull up or take it right at it. And, yeah, he took it right to the cup.
So Jones trying to complete the three-point play and rattles it in. 5-1 Minders early. And more full court pressure. Ball inbounded to Chance, and he's off to the races again. At one step on Anderson, dishes it out to the wing to Paddock, who drives and gets it turned away by Jake Mean.
Yeah, Jake stared him down a little bit, but then he offered him the old high five, and a great block by Jake Mean.
Went straight up, didn't go into the man. That
He's
was
quick
good.
off
Stay
his feet. He's got long arms. He's a great athlete.
Out top to Chance, wide open. Thought about three, pump fake into lane. Bounce past to Faneuil.
Great
high
pass.
up the glass
Great
and
pass.
good. Chance to Faneuil. We'll see a lot of that this season.
Great look by, I didn't really see that angle, and, you know, he snuck that right in there.
Anderson skips it to Verke, but it's picked off by Faneuil, who now takes it left side and pulls up for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by, I thought it was Jones, but now it's Chance for three. A little strong. And it looks like Jarrett Murray pulled down the rebound, but then committed a foul.
Brett Anderson has 3 early turnovers here in the first couple minutes, and it seems like he's still trying to settle in a little bit in this first game. He's got to take care of those possessions that Minders can't score on if he's throwing the ball away.
And that hasn't historically been a problem for Anderson.
No, he's usually taking care of the ball very well. Yep, they're uncharacteristic of him.
And it's a long line of Andersons on this roster because Jason Anderson was a 3-year starter.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 2 or 3 years
I
for
think
sure.
he played
Good
1
career.
year with his brother, so that would be 5 straight years with an Anderson. But of course, Brett and Jason, sons of Lisa Carasillo. Hey, speaking of daughters, there's my daughter Jackie, along with Matt Verke's daughters, Maddie Verke and Peyton. You might say that's the future of the Minders girls team. I think I saw Jerry Anderson over there getting in their ear. But yeah, Lisa Carasillo, one of the most legendary athletes in Minders history as a soccer player, multiple sports too. But and Mike Anderson, also a good football and basketball player, baseball player as well. And there is their son, Brett, straight to the hole for 2.
Good take by Brett. You know, well, lane open for him. He took it in strong.
Nate Paddock with the ball, gives it up to Chance, who resets. And Mynderse in a little man-to-man. And a tall order for Anderson, guarding the quick chance. 17 to shoot. Over to Murray, gives it back to Paddock, who finds Faniel for another three. Short, no good, rebounded by Cafola. And here come the Blue Devils.
Good crossover.
Fantastic move by Brett Anderson.
Yeah, better off taking it to the hole, not trying to force it up to the pass. Just take it in, score.
Jake Jones almost came up with a steal. They had a trap in the corner on chance. Give a shout out to our great crew today. Ryan Soward's working a camera along with Jeremy Hunt. Jason Hunt on the production in the evening session. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Korzeniewski, and Brad Conner giving you the call. And straight to the hole is Chance. It's another
pass
time
I didn't see.
He brought it back to left hand and wrapped it around the back of the kid. Great look.
Did not see Rattray there. And
you love playing with a point guard like that. If you can get space, he can find you.
Yep.
And there's a block by Jake Mean a little earlier. And now Clyde inbounding under their basket and picked off by Jones, but we got a tie up.
Yeah, Mynderse ball. Good defense by Jones. Ill-advised pass there by Paddock.
We've seen a lot in the first 4 minutes of this game, lob passes that are short and getting intercepted. I think they're still trying to get a sense for where people are going to be on the court.
A unique atmosphere here at the New York Chiropractic College. So great atmosphere, but certainly different than a high school gymnasium. Really a college-style atmosphere almost. And they get it to a three from the corner for Nate Paddock, no good, and Faniel battles to keep it alive, but Jones comes down with it. And now he's pushing. They got 2-on-2 to the basket, high off the rim, no good, but a foul.
Yeah, I think that should be blocked before the shot. We'll see if he gives him the two or not, but going up, shooting two. Good take by Jones.
Clayton Paddock, senior, picks up his first foul. And Jones is another guy who's grown a little bit in the offseason.
Yeah, he added a couple inches, didn't he?
Yeah, and it makes a big difference. We have already seen him go to the hoop strong, pick off a pass, grab a rebound.
Yep, playing aggressive.
Makes the first free throw. 10-3 early, Mynderse with the advantage over Clyde-Savannah. 4:30 here to go, first quarter of play.
Yeah, Clyde offensively really hasn't done much. Struggled. I'm not sure what their identity is going to be on offense, and I haven't figured it out in the first 4 minutes here.
Cafola pulls it down but gets it stolen, and they missed Rattray ahead of the pack. And there he is for three. Rims out, no good. And, I see Clyde shooting a lot of threes. We didn't necessarily expect that. See them take it to the hole, get the big guys for Mynderse in a little trouble. But
yeah, they're not going to dominate anybody inside this year, that's for sure. They're little.
Another lob pass out top, and they get it to Faniel in the corner. Gets it back to Jarrett Murray. And Drew Carnevale into the game, misses the shot. Mean goes up for the rebound, but it is Jarrett Murray pulling it down and putting it back. 10-5 ball game. Mike Anderson finds Mean ahead over the front of the rim. Good in the foul. And Mean's calling for it. He wants it. You got it, buddy. You got it.
No brainer on that one, Jake. A heck of a pass by Brett Anderson with the assist. Really good look ahead to Jake.
Love to see
Jake
him
gets
go
up and down the court.
Didn't
good.
Didn't put the ball in the court.
Yeah,
caught it, went straight up.
And we got
Kellen Carher checking in the game here for Devin Verkey.
And here's Mean on the run out over the front of the rim on that replay.
Yeah, Mean will cut some dunks this year for sure.
And Mean trying to complete the three-point play does.
It's good to see some good foul shooting.
Oh, a little sloppy.
Well, you weren't here, Jim. You were checking on the producer, but we asked Carswell what his thoughts on the game were. He said 61-45 Mynderse.
Oh, he made the call, huh? That's a blowout.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's a 15-point win. He said, yep.
Jake Jones takes it again to the hole. Doesn't find the
force
rim.
that one a little bit.
Faniel. And Kellen Carher, number 11 in for Mynderse, who grabs that rebound off the miss. He's the brother of Liam Carher, last year's senior standout. And a lot of people really high on Kellen Carher in this program. Just a sophomore. Brett Anderson picks up his dribble, gets it over to Jones. Inside to Cafola.
He was in there for half the month.
He wanted to call, didn't get it. Here comes Clyde. Now, Gerard Faniel, he's a guy that's got to get some production if Lyons is going or Clyde is going to have some success tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach trying to get these guys to, put the ball on the ground and attack the goal.
Jake Jones, second foul.
I think defensively, Mynderse is going to have to hedge a little bit stronger, make sure they don't get beat on the one-on-one.
It's almost like I'd go to a full switch if I was Mynderse. Yeah. Everybody on Clyde seems to be able to put it on the deck and have a little bit of quickness where, if they start setting some screens rather than trying to fight through, just maybe do a full switch. But they've held them to 5 here with 3 minutes to go, so far so good.
Faniel's second attempt is off the rim, no good, and Mean pulls it down, and now he's taking up court himself, and he gives it to Cafola.
You don't want it.
And now it's in the right hands. Kellen Kerr with a wide open pass to the lane, smart
Great
dish
pass.
off.
I wasn't sure what Faniel was doing on that.
Devin Anderson
he had a chance to
checked
slide
in
over and
without us
stop that
looking.
attack, and he stayed at the free throw line.
Anderson to fellow sophomore Devin Anderson, son of Jerry Anderson.
That was Kerr to Anderson.
Kerr
and a great unselfish pass by Kerr there.
Yeah. 15-5, Blue Devils lead the Golden Eagles. 2:29 to go, first half here in Seneca Falls. We're not at Arthur L. Baker, Mynderse normal home court. We're at the New York Chiropractic College, host of the second annual Tip-Off Classic. This is the fourth game of a quadruple header. All three earlier games can be viewed at fingerlakes1.tv, along with this game, which will be archived after the event's over. But we got live basketball for another 3.5 quarters as Clyde tries to get something going offensively. Down 10 early. And Chance drives, gives it back out. And there's Faniel, thought about a three. Now takes it to Mean, up and under Cafola's arms. And no score, rebounded by Anderson. Devin Anderson gets it up to Kellenkerher. To Mean, skips it over to Anderson. Nice ball movement in the lane, up off the glass, and no. Rebounded by Mean, though, and back up and in.
Timeout. Too much inside. Just too much all around for Clyde right now. Mynderse is just really taking it down their throat.
I don't see a lot of help defense on the part of Clyde. They're getting a lot of open looks and a lot of lanes that are wide open instead of something closing in on it.
Hey, federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education. The private student loans available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. And Dobbin Drugs. They believe their customers are like one big family. Whether you need assistance getting over a winter's common cold or a get well card, Dobbins is there to help you. Located in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. In all that time, their philosophy has never changed. Customers always come first. I'd like to thank all our great sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible and support local high school athletics and our ability to highlight these great young athletes throughout the various communities here in the Finger Lakes region. And we're glad that you could be alongside with us, too, for tonight's broadcast.
I was just listening to Coach Jackson. He was really challenging his team to bring a little higher intensity, especially on the defensive end just now. So we'll see if that changes.
Yeah, they're flat, I think, offensively and defensively. It's almost like a deer in headlights right now. And if this is the second best team in Wayne County, it's going to be a easy road for North Rose. They might want to get some scrimmages lined up. But it's early,
Yeah.
Clyde will come back. They'll fight.
And drive. See, I would shoot that.
Yeah, they kick out a lot of, they kick it out a lot. And take it to the basket.
Faniel, one dribble, kick it out.
Look to attack.
Top of the key is Paddock. He dishes it out. And now Faniel for three, hits it. And finally some life out of this Clyde offense. That's Jared Faniel's 5th point of the ball game.
And maybe that'll pick him up a little bit towards the end of the quarter here.
The Mynderse lead back down to 9. 1:11 here to go. First quarter of play. Jake Mean puts it on the floor, gets it back to Anderson. Back out to Mean into the corner. There's Devin Anderson for 3 off the rim, no good. Cafola keeps it alive, but it's pulled down by Tyler Rattray, who kicks it over to Nate Paddock. Now into the quarter for Faniel. Back to Chance, who drives the lane, takes it into the trees, and it's blocked by Anderson. Outlet to Mean, ahead of the pack, doesn't have numbers, pulls it up. back to Devin Anderson and back to Brett Anderson, who gives it back to Devin inside to Mean. Working on, oh, they got an offensive foul.
A little
on Mean.
contact, good flop too, though. Good play down there.
I like what Anderson did, trying to get it into Mean. He was posting up, working hard inside.
Mean had the big size advantage over Nate Paddock under there, but Paddock took the charge, and now Clyde with another chance to chip into that lead with 36 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. More full court pressure for Mynderse. Luke Ruddy into the ball game. He got beat long by Faneuil. Ahead of the pack, lays it up and good, and Brett Anderson picks up the foul. And just like that, Clyde has it down to 7. Faneuil will shoot a free throw to get it back down to 6. And, we talked about Jake Jones getting bigger. Luke Ruddy looks like he's added a little bulk and a little size checking into the ball game for Mynderse.
Yeah. Ruddy, his arms look a little thicker than normal, but fresh in the game. I saw that coming about a minute away. He just got beat deep by the quicker player.
Pulls down the rebound there and then throws it away. Faneuil steals it, and Clyde gets back to work.
Hey! Go double!
21 seconds left in the first quarter. 21 seconds left to shoot. Could have held for one there.
Yeah,
but
coach wanted him to hold for one, but Faneuil's, he's got 7 of the 10 points.
Yeah.
He's feeling it a little bit. If it goes in, it's the greatest shot ever. When it comes out, it's the
7
worst shot in the
seconds
world.
left to shoot. Ruddy comes out. Anderson finds. Anderson in the corner. Air ball.
Kerher. That was Kerher on the shot. Good find by Brett Anderson, though. After a slow start for Brett Anderson, he kind of picked up that quarter. He's doing a great job out there.
Absolutely. So after one quarter of play here in Seneca Falls, the Mynderse Blue Devils 17, Clyde-Savannah 10. And we'll be back with second quarter action on FingerLakes1.com.
Guidance and partnership through every step of the journey. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on. And small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Got 7 and Jared Murray's got 2.
And welcome back inside the Standard Process Health and Fitness Center on the campus of New York Chiropractic College. Jim Sinicropi, Kevin Korzeniewski, Brad Conner. The fourth game of our quadruple header here on FL Sports at the NYCC Tip-Off Classic. The fourth of 25 games we'll bring to you live this winter here on Finger Lakes 1. And that's just the regular season. As Corsi and I know, we'll have a lot of postseason games too usually.
Yeah, the best part. When it matters, one and done.
And so Kerher remains in the ballgame. Verke tries a 3 from the top of the key, no good. And then they got Ruddy on a push-off.
Yeah. I tell you, Devin's John to the official again. He'll never get that call. He's falling every shot he's taken.
Right.
Even when he gets hit, he's not going to get the call.
Right. And Clyde takes over, down 7.
Man, how about Mynderse with one senior that's seen action in Ben Cafola? Everybody else is a junior or younger.
3 ball from the corner from Jarrett Murray's no good.
And earlier in your broadcast, Mike Alessio made the mention of South Seneca. Well, they got a lot of kids back next year, and you can bring kids back, but that doesn't necessarily always translate, make them better or talented. Where you look at Mynderse and you say, oh, these guys are coming back, but they're talented as well, you know. And they're going to get better. So, you can bring guys back, and, it doesn't always mean anything. But, when you say with Mynderse and you look down and, Jake Means a junior, Verke's a junior, Jones a junior, Anderson a junior, Kerher, Anderson, sophomores, It's going to be a good couple years for Mynderse.
And I got to tell you, I don't know if we've seen a player on the court for Mynderse that wouldn't start for any other team we've seen here today. Devin Verkey with a wide open three, buttons.
That's what Verkey can do.
That's the look you want. He
Yep.
was contested the first couple, tried to get the foul call. When he's open, make that shot.
Yeah, when he forces it, it's almost like a turnover.
Trey Canale in the game gives it to Drew Carnevale, misses the shot. Big rebound by Jarrett Murray, tipped around and control. Oh, that's just a little off balance put back there by Derek Cobb, the junior.
Travel, he missed it.
Yeah.
Switches pivot foot.
And Verkey looks up ahead to Mean. Maybe a little ill-advised pass there, but Cobb kind of gave it back with the steps there. A little early season nerves, a little early season jitters on a play like that. 6:48 to go here in the first half. 10-point Mynderse lead. And Kellen Carraher inbounding, gets it up top to Mean. Takes a dribble, skips it cross court to Carraher. Gets it out top of the key to Verkey, guarded by Chance. And there's a three ball on the way, in and out.
Oh, yeah.
3-5
yellow, a little out of control on that.
So the two sophomores, Devin Anderson and Kellen Carraher, getting a lot of run in this game. Been excited to see him in a varsity uniform and see him in action. I'm not sure what the call is here.
I don't think anybody's sure what the call is. Everybody at the score table is kind of.
It fouls on Carraher. He's going after the rebound. A little bit aggressive over the top, I think.
So that's his first foul of the game.
You like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, I thought Trey Canale caused most of that contact, but.
So Canale heads to the line. First free throw, front end of the 1-and-1 is good.
Well, Clyde's just got to keep it. I mean, they're at 9 now, 6.5 to go. They can't get down any more than this before halftime. And they can chip it away slowly. You know Mynderse is going to put up points. They got to start scoring with them.
So Mean pulls down the rebound off the Canale miss, and here comes Mynderse. Carraher straight to the hole. A lot of contact. Got the blocking foul on Canale. And Kellen Carraher will head to the line for two.
Of course, that was like one we saw in the earlier game where if he'd done a crossover going with the left, he'd had a wide open layup.
Again,
went into the right with the contact.
Yep, went right into it. And then the youth is serving itself there.
Kellen's first shot is up and good. And that, my friends, is Kellen Carraher's first varsity points.
Yeah, a lot of those tonight. A lot of young guys, coming in and getting their first buckets.
And there's another one. For his career for Mynderse, he hasn't missed a free throw. And there's Derek Chance.
You certainly just jinxed him. He will miss his next one for certain.
Clyde really is having trouble with this Mynderse pressure. They turn it over. Mean again with it. Gets it to Verkey, who looks to push. He's got Carraher up ahead, bounce pass. And there's Mean. Good pass for Verkey, but he wasn't ready for it. Hit him right in the hands.
Yep.
And going back to Clyde, 22-11, 6:03 here to go in the first half or second quarter. Hey, get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. At FLCC, you'll get unique learning opportunities that can prepare you for a great career and give you real-world experience as you earn your degree. FLCC is now taking applications for the spring semester. Visit flcc.edu to learn more. Straight to the bucket and count it. Was that Canale? It was.
Yeah, foul on Verkey. Canale got, I don't know what that bounced off of, but he got a nice easy up and in roll.
First foul on Devin Verkey. Of course, you recognize that Verkey name. He is the cousin of Matt Verkey, the brother of Dylan Verkey, who's having some success at FLCC, who we just dropped a live read for. And Canale goes for the three-point play. No good. Carraher pulls down the rebound. And loses his dribble, needs help, gets it from Anderson. And now Carraher manning the point for Mynderse. Mean open at the foul line, bounce pass to Verkey, takes the three, rattles in and out. And Faniel battles for the board, and who they got with his foul?
I think Ruddy, maybe.
It is Ruddy, that's number 2 on the junior. Speaking of families and siblings, that Kyle Ruddy, younger brother of Luke Ruddy, who had a great freshman year at Hobart last season and now a sophomore for the Statesmen up in
having a
Geneva.
good career up at Hobart.
Absolutely.
It's off to a good start. First 2 years, or year and change here. good start. And father works down here at the New York Chiropractic College.
That's right. And sits on the bench as part of Coach Nick Ciotti's staff, along with Pat Prain, a teammate of yours on the 92 team.
Yeah, Pat Prain, first time on the bench this year and helping out as an assistant with the Mynderse Blue Devils.
Faniel makes 1 or 2. And we got an 8-point lead for the Blue Devils, 5:23 left to go. Caraher working off a mean pick off the glass, no good, but they got the foul on Jarrett Murray. And Caraher will head back to the line. And again, another example of a sophomore who's not scared.
No, he's taking it right at it, you know. But, you know, he plays a lot of basketball. Kellen, you know, he gets himself involved in summer play and pickup games and, you know. So he is a sophomore, but he plays a lot. Well, I don't play anymore.
No, you don't get too old. You only run marathons.
That's right. It's one. I don't like to go any other direction but forward.
But that's what we're hearing this fall from Matt Verke is Kellen Caraher looks great, you know, in these pickup games. And, you know, here he is now on the court.
Yeah, he's kind of a throwback gym rat. You know, talking to his father, he likes to work out. He likes to lift. He'll go shoot. And he'll spend a lot of time working on his craft. That's important.
3 for Faniel on the way, no good. Pulled down by Jake Mean.
Has anybody else got a rebound tonight?
It seems like Mean's getting all of them. And now Bachman in the game, too, for Mynderse. The big man, number 33. And there's a 3 from the corner for Caraher, no good. And Canale taking it coast to coast, left hand too hard off the rim, rebounded by Verke, and they're going to run back the other way. No numbers, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Mean doesn't want the ball out there.
They kind of recollect, and we got a travel? Didn't see that one.
It's head scratcher. Maybe we missed it. All 3 of us.
I was happy to see Caraher at least attack the basket. I think the last possession he had flared out to the 3. I think he had a chance to get a layup, but he was stuck behind the arc, wanted the 3-point shot.
Nice. Interesting, too, for Mynderse. They got Cafola and Mean. Then you bring in Bachman off the bench. He's the biggest of the 3 of them.
Yep.
So, you know.
Those are just depth.
Yeah.
You know, he can play 10 kids.
Pull up by Faniel off the front area, no good. Canale rebounds, goes right back up with it. Blocked by Anderson. Verke tried to tap it out. Canale has it. He's got players open on the wing. Faniel pump fake and blocked by Bachman.
Are we blocking with Bachman?
Not yet. He
All
doesn't have enough for a highlight reel yet.
One of my favorite highlight reels we've made of all time. Maybe the best. Oh, we traveled out there on the sideline.
Faniel with the ball, gets it to the corner. A little pump fake from Clayton Paddock.
Yeah, Clyde is just passing the ball around. Man, zone, they're just
not really
take
attacking.
a double dribbles, they kick it out, they don't attack.
Mynderse certainly isn't having to work too hard.
No.
And Faniel's really the only guy that's
3 ball on the way from Drew Carnevale. Nothing but net.
Another Carnevale on the long line of Carnevales. It's like the Verkes.
Hey, we've been treating this game like it's been a Mynderse dominant performance. They're up 6.
Yeah, it was a big 3 right there.
3:57 left to go here in the half.
I'd like to see Mynderse get out of that zone and pick up the tempo and
Bachman
pace.
with a nice look to Anderson.
How about Bachman off the back bench? 9th man coming in with a big block and an assist to start off the season.
So Canale gets it in the corner to Gerard Faniel, who drives on Mean, high off the glass, no good, and gets his own rebound, but blocked again by Bachman. And here come the Blue Devils. Anderson with the ball. Bounce pass to Caraher, can't handle it, out to Verke.
Swing it quickly.
Yeah, he holds it too long.
Yep. Verke drives the lane, in traffic, no good. No foul called. You know he's going to want one, and he's jarring it. The official, meanwhile, Clyde is coming back the other way.
Yeah, of course, they did a nice job shifting that defense, getting over to the wing. If they had shifted it back, they'd have really had opportunities.
Yeah, you know, nice pass to the swing, and then Verke just holds it. And then, you know,
allow
keep
the defense
swinging
to react.
it. Yeah, keep the ball moving.
So the foul on Jake Mean, his second.
Who's shooting?
And we got a one-on-one situation. Or no, actually, they're in the bonus now with that foul. I think that's the 10th foul, right?
Yep.
As see Pat Prain on the bench talking to Devin Verke, probably telling him to quit worrying about the officials.
Oh, he's spent more time on the floor, more time, you know, arguing with the officials. You know, go out, play basketball, have some fun.
Worry about the next play.
And guess what? He's a junior this year. This is stuff we've talked about in the past with Devin. One of the most talented offensive players in the league. But as a junior, he's got to start showing more maturity.
Agreed.
First free throw up and good by Drew Carnevale. He's got 4 points. Is Clyde sticking around down 7 now with 3:05 here to go?
I think Mynderse is kind of letting them hang, and their defense is lethargic, and they just kind of sit off Clyde. And, I think if they picked up their intensity a little bit, if they go back to the press or a trap or something, create some energy.
Mynderse also 3 guys with 2 fouls. Could play a factor later on as Carnevale scores again. And the lead's down to 6.
Well, unlike, Coach Young's team and Coach Circus teams earlier when they had foul troubles, Mynderse is bringing in, talented kids off the bench.
Yeah. Aiden Clark just already checked in. Another guy who might start for a lot of other teams. So Kerher with the ball. And Derek Chance taps it away.
Yep.
And we have 20 to shoot here. 2:45 left to go in the first half. Anderson gets it out to Kerr, who will try a 3 high. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Brett Anderson. Takes a couple dribbles in the lane, finds Kerr again. Thought about it. Now he gets it to Verke. He won't think. He'll fire short. No good. Bachman gets in.
Gotta be a foul. No foul.
No foul. Just called it out of bounds off Bach, but he came out of nowhere.
He must like Bachman as much as we do, Joe.
Really a little body check there.
Just knocks people over.
Honestly, as a referee, the ball's going to Clyde anyways.
I have no problem with that. Let the kids play, but don't go down here and then not call it,
right, Right.
That's my frustration with the evening is the inconsistency.
Derek Chance with the ball, talented sophomore. As Clyde gets to work, Nick Paddock now top of the key, gets it over to Chance, who's guarded by Kerher. Drives the lane, right-hander floater is good. And the Mynderse lead is down to 4 as Derek Chance scores his 3rd point of the ball game. And that's what Chance can do. He can get by a guy off the dribble. He's just got to finish at the rim. Aiden Trout bounced past the Bachman, intercepted by Canale. Up ahead to Chance, drives the lane again. Oh, great look inside to Tyler Rattray, but he couldn't handle it, right off his hands, out of bounds. 1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. Give me a chance to tell you about Finger Lakes Partners. Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community with offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League hits the field this summer throughout the Finger Lakes with the Newark Pilots and Geneva Twins in action nightly, showcasing some of the best collegiate baseball players in the country. Go to NewarkPilots.com or GenevaTwins.com for season ticket packages. So we got Kerher, Brett Anderson, Devin Anderson, Verke, and Trout in the ball game. Verke misses, gets a chance at his own rebound, and here comes Clyde the other way with a chance to cut it to 2. Chance through the lane, bounce past Nathaniel off the glass, and good. It's a 2-point ball game.
Good decision by Paddock there. Get it to the center of the court, get into Chance's hands. Obviously, he was able to find the open man.
10 points for Faniel. Timeout, Nick Ciotti and the Blue Devils. And just like that, we got a ball game we were joking about.
Yeah, I still watching the game other than the last maybe minute. I'm thinking Mynderse was up 10-12, but I think Mynderse feel they're just not playing with any energy. And I know they got some kids. Jones is in foul trouble, and he got some kids with 2 fouls in there. But maybe you're deep enough where you can play a couple of those kids. Jake Mean obviously out of the game is killing Mynderse. A little
holiday spirit here in the NYCC gym with some of the Mynderse students turning out.
But great for Clyde for fighting back. I mean, they seem the team that wants a little bit more now, the tougher team of the two. We got a lot of Mynderse guys going down, falling on the ground, and
Coach Jackson
not hustling
challenged
back.
his team. I think they've responded. The defense has gotten a lot tougher here in the second quarter.
Hey, coming up at halftime, we'll have Lyons coach Zach Young sitting in with Korzy and Brad, talk about that opening loss to Midlakes and about his team coming up this season. A rebound by Lyons off the Anderson miss, but Anderson got it back, and now it's on the ground. He picks it up, and 55 seconds to go in the half. Devin Verke drives and spins. And it'll go back to Clyde. So 47 seconds left in the half.
And I talked about in the beginning with the chemistry with Mynderse, and you don't really see it right now with this group. Little John out there between teammates on that last possession.
So Clyde trying to move the ball around the court. 3 ball on the way for the lead. No. And a good rebound there. Oh, Faneuil
Coach
through the
Jackson
lane.
wanted one shot.
Yeah, again,
Shot.
Faneuil, second time Faneuil's done that to him.
So
Faneuil's, yeah, he knows it's his fault, but he's got to be, you got to work that clock a little better.
good effort on the rebound by Rattray, but Faneuil gave it right back.
Yeah, as a senior, you've got to know time and place.
Who we got a foul on there?
Jarrett Murray,
Jarrett
maybe?
Murray, it sounds like. Yeah, he's
Got in for 3.
Yep, 3 fouls early for the junior. Expected to be a key contributor for Coach Tim Jackson. Luke Ruddy checking into the ball game for Verke.
Looks like Mynderse trying to go a little bit bigger here at the end of the half.
So Aiden Trout heads to the line with Mynderse up 2. 30 seconds left in the first half. And Trout misses a free throw, and Faneuil pulls it down. And here comes Chance, pushes it up ahead to Rattray. Rattray back to Chance. Chance skips to the corner, and Coach Jackson wants one again. Shot clock is off, 18 seconds left, and Chance drives the lane and shoots and hits. Tie ball game here in Seneca Falls.
Like I said, when it goes in, it's a good shot.
Right.
Jesus, guys.
8 seconds left to go. Carrier with the ball. Gets it out to Brett Anderson. Deep 3. No good. And the first half comes to an end with a score. Clyde-Savannah 25. Mynderse Academy 25. We've got a ball game here in the nightcap. Stay tuned for the Finger Lakes Community College halftime report. You're watching Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 high school basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover your college education? Learn about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. By Finger Lakes Community College. Thinking about life after high school? Get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics. Celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Dobbins Pharmacy, serving their customers in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, with offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. By the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. By Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. Red's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls, and $1 tacos every Monday night. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there is always something going on, and small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Wisdom passed on from generation to generation. Welcome to Generations Bank.
And here we are back again at the New York Chiropractic College. And on site for the halftime, 25-25, Mynderse Clyde. I'm joined with Brad Conner and Coach Zach Young from the Lions. Coach, before we get into the breakdown of your game, what are your thoughts on the first half of this game, if you've caught any?
I thought, Clyde's done a good job of hanging in, and Mynderse missed a lot of threes in the second quarter. And shooting a lot, maybe a little too much from the outside. You can't tell if they I can't tell if the big guys are in foul trouble for Mynderse or what, because they're not putting it up on the board here.
Means got 2, but Ruddy picked up a couple there at the end. But Brad said the same thing to me as soon as we took the headsets off. They're dying with the 3. It's a game really where Mynderse is much more talented, in my opinion. Not that Clyde isn't, but I'm shocked that it's tied at this point.
It was going a little more up and down early, but Mynderse just hasn't scored to get into any of their pressure. So. But yeah, Clyde's scrapping and hanging in there, and go Wayne County.
Yeah, they're playing tough. I'm not sure how many viewers are watching now that watch your game, but it was an exciting game. I thought, this one's turned into a pretty good game, but the most exciting game of the day. The Midlakes Screaming Eagles bested you guys by 4 points in the early game in this evening tip-off. What were your thoughts on the game?
We were sloppy, I thought, early, and we got down, but our kids played hard for the most part, and we had a lot of kids that are new to the varsity level who contributed, and hopefully we can learn from it. It's a good non-league game for us to play a bigger school and help us with our league games this week. So I kind of like to play a non-league game before we get into league play too. I think it helps you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'd much rather lose a non-league game. And not as many sectional points because they're a B school.
Yeah, it was called a little tight for my liking in the first quarter, especially when I think there was 15 fouls in the first quarter. But
yeah, we said even the refs are a little rusty. They were calling everything, and then second quarter they kind of swallowed it, and then it was just it's been inconsistent all night with both games. Like what's a foul here is not a foul down there, and it's they're ironing out their wrinkles as well.
Well, it's a point of emphasis this year, just like it was in college a couple years ago, and they call everything for the first couple games, and then they stop calling it. So,
just gotta hang in there.
Gotta hang in.
See how everybody.
Yeah, I thought it affected us a lot in the first half because we had to play more zone, and they sliced our zone up pretty good. So we had Amel with 3, and Smitty had 2. So we just kind of had to peel back a little bit more than we'd like to, but. They were in foul trouble too. So
I thought your freshman played awesome in the fourth quarter. There was some times early on he looked like a freshman. We're talking about Justice Smith, but he realized you guys needed it, and he came up with some really big buckets and steals. Even very poised. Nothing like Damon Hunter with his emotions. I mean, very conserved. Even the kids were trying to get him going a little bit. I don't think I saw him smile the whole night.
Well, we've had some discussions because in the past he tends to get a little over emotional actually.
Oh, wow.
And
shocking.
And he was great as far as that goes. Almost like I said, he was very even keel. So I was very happy with his performance. He had a couple good moves to the basket, and he can distribute and dish, and he's only going to get better.
There he goes.
He's got to work a little bit defensively, but in getting our stuff down. But for a freshman. That's a pretty impressive performance, and we're playing at Finger Lakes East School, so
yeah,
I was pretty excited for him.
Brad, we've seen a lot of great guard play tonight by young kids, and Justice Smith's another one, but on the Midlakes end,
yeah, Bryce Burry, he started out hot, was very aggressive early on. You guys controlled him toward the middle of the game, second, third quarter. He did a little bit in the fourth quarter. Did you change up how you were playing him at all during the course
we
of the
switched
game?
guys that were guarding him, and when we went to zone, he was just penetrating by us. He had a couple tough threes too. We put Dion Tarver on him. I thought Dion's our probably best on-ball defender, and he bothers most kids. I thought we did a little bit better job on him, but they just. I thought the biggest thing is they just killed us on the glass, and Darren killed us, but there were some other times that we just got to get. We have to get better at rebounding, and we knew it was our number one factor going to the game is we had to rebound better.
And we haven't talked about him, but Jordan Amel, he's a big guy, almost trapped in the guard mentality. He doesn't want to take it in strong. He doesn't seem to want contact, but he's really got to own the paint for you. I mean, sure, he can step out and hit the 3, but he's got to be more of a presence, especially in Wayne County where there's not a lot of kids his size.
Yeah, I thought he played a little more aggressive in the second half. He got in foul trouble. He had a couple blocks. I mean, he is 6'7", but certainly he got off to a little bit of a late start for us. So, he's only really able to play in one scrimmage. And, we're looking for Jordan to play better, and I think he knows he wants to play better too.
Zach, I really liked Ben Rockefeller tonight. Thought he gave you quality minutes, 9 points. He picked his spots real well. He didn't try and do too much as a junior coming into this team. I think that's a very positive thing.
Yeah, Ben, I didn't really know who was going to start, but he stood out in the scrimmages, and he's a solid kid, solid player, and he knows where he's supposed to be spacing-wise. I think sometimes we get kind of lost. You saw our press breaker earlier. We just have some kids that we get a little scrambled, but Ben, he knows where he's supposed to be, and, it's got to the point where I've told him, you got to start telling other people where to go. You need kids like that out on the court. We talked about having a little more leadership, but he's a great kid, and he had a good first game. He fouled out with about 6 minutes left, unfortunately. I think he picked up 2 quick fouls there, and, maybe if he's at the end of the game, that would have certainly helped us.
All right, Zach, who's next?
Red Creek.
Big Wayne County game.
Red Creek of the Atwood.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, as always. You're, as Jim says, a big friend of Finger Lakes 1, and you do a lot for us and give us a lot of great insight, and we wish you and the Lions best of luck
thank you.
On the regular season in the Wayne County battles.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Zach.
That'll take us to a 2-minute break here. We'll come back with the second half of what looks to be, hopefully, a great contest between the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles and the Mynderse Academy Blue Devils.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Like us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes 1.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Finger Lakes 1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
And welcome back to our broadcast live in Seneca Falls, New York, where at halftime the Mynderse Academy Blue Devils are tied with the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles at 25 apiece. It was 17-10 after the first quarter. Clyde came storming back to close out the half and tie it. And this is the fourth game of a quadruple header. Earlier this afternoon, we saw the Southern Cayuga Chiefs out of Section 4 defeat the South Seneca Falcons 69-53. The second game featured North Rose-Wolcott and the Cougars getting a 63-49 win over Geneva. First game of the evening session saw the Midlakes Screaming Eagles defeat Lyons 61-57. And here we are with 2 quarters left to play in Seneca Falls. Jim Sinicropi alongside Brad Conner and Kevin Korzeniewski. And, hey, speaking of Jimmer's Auto, a fine sponsor of these broadcasts, there's Jimmer himself.
Yep.
Wearing a Buffalo Sabres hat.
Big Sabres fan.
And his lovely wife, Kim. Yep.
Well, I give Clyde a ton of credit for fighting back and battling from an early deficit. Gritty, hard playing. The tempo will really dictate it. If I'm Clyde, I'm going to let Mynderse. Mynderse lives and dies with the 3. And they really died with it after having a big 12, 13-point lead. And, they'll be back full strength now with their starters in, each with 2 fouls. But certainly, Clyde, great job in the second quarter.
Guys, some halftime numbers. Jared Faniel, 10 points. Jarrett Murray, 5. Derek Chance, 5. Drew Carnevale, 5. Clayton Paddock and Nate Paddock both with 1.
How about for the Blue Devils?
For the Blue Devils, I've got Devin Verkey with 5. Jake Mean with 5. Kellen Carraher, 3. Devin Anderson, 2. Brett Anderson, 4. Jake Jones, 4.
Balanced. Very balanced for both teams. I'd like to see Mynderse come out and get the ball inside a little bit.
Got Anderson with 6, Brad. I don't know if there's who's right, who's wrong.
There's 2 Andersons, so we'll call it a draw.
Yeah, that's my Andersons.
Verkey with a steal.
No relation either, by the way.
And now Verkey takes the open 3. Short off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jake Mean and put back and foul. by Nate Paddock.
If Mynderse wants to win the league and they want to win sectional titles, their best entry pass can't be a missed 3 to Jake Mean.
Correct.
You know, it should have been established at halftime. Hey, we're going to come out. We're going to set the tone early with Jake inside. You know, I just like to see him use the paint a little more.
They have a definite size advantage over the Golden Eagles tonight. And there's Jake Jones taking a 3 from the top of the key. Buttons! And Jake Jones, who sat out most of the second quarter with 2 fouls, is back on the board. He's got 7 points on the evening.
That was a good look.
Don't want to pick up your dribble there, Derek. But they get it across. Faniel with the ball. Down to the corner to Nate Paddock. Skips it over to Rattray. Back to Chance, who drives the lane. Skips it over to Faniel for a 3 ball. No good. Rebounded by Cafola. Outlet to Jake Jones. Over to Anderson. There you go. Inside to Mean. Nice
Great
pass to
pass.
Cafola, who blows the chippy.
Get back on defense,
here, here comes Clyde. Paddock mishandles it. Mean's on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. And it's a, what do we got?
Jump ball.
Yep, jump ball heading back to the Blue Devils.
That's the second time I've seen Cafola miss an easy one. He just hangs his head.
Yeah, you
Doesn't
know,
get back
you
on
missed the
defense.
layup. There's
Still
a
hanging
lot
his
of other
head.
things you can do.
Yeah.
You know, pick yourself up and play basketball.
Beautiful play. Jake Mean established
Oh,
himself
great
in the
pass.
post, dished it off to wide open Cafola, just couldn't convert. 3-point ball game. Mynderse leads with the ball. Just underway in the second half. Right-handed runner by Brett Anderson, no good. Rebounded by Canale, up to Chance. Takes it into 3 Blue Devils off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Berkey, but he lost it out of bounds, but it will go back to the Blue Devils. Yeah, I'm impressed with Jake Jones's composure out there.
I thought he's played limited minutes because of foul trouble, but I agree, Jim. I think he's playing great.
Step up, Gerard. Here he comes.
So man-to-man defense for the Golden Eagles.
Stay there, stay. Don't chase that.
For the Blue Devils is Brett Anderson, Devin Verkey, Jake Jones with the ball there at the foul line. And Cafola and Mean in the middle. Foul line to Mean, double team, took a dribble, probably didn't need to.
Don't reach. Derek, get there.
I'd like to introduce Devin Verkey and Jake Jones to the weight room, though. I think Mynderse has one of those over there.
Put a body.
So that foul goes to Jared Faniel. His first.
Let's go. Let's get something.
And Clyde gets the ball right back. Faniel to the corner to Chance. Goes right by Mean. Cafola there to meet him, and they got a foul.
That's 3 on Mean. That's huge. Mean gets some foul trouble for Mynderse. I know they're deep, but he just does so much. You know, I mean, they can bring Ruddy off the bench and Bachman, and those guys can come in and get minutes. But the stuff for Jake Mean's done tonight for this team.
They're leaving him in. Inbound to Derek Chance. Drives by Jake Jones with a bounce pass inside to Faniel, and Mean picked up his 4th.
I don't understand why he wasn't out of the game. That's
2 quick fouls for the junior big man.
That's not Jake's fault.
And he heads to the bench, and it looks like Mynderse going small, coming back with Kellen Kerher.
He's got to be out of that game as soon as that 3rd foul. I mean, we knew it, you know, and as soon as that 3rd foul goes, you're on defense. You know, get him out of there.
Yep.
5:47 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and Jake Mean on the bench with 4 fouls.
That's huge for Mynderse.
And Faniel from the free throw line misses the first.
So he comes in with Kerher. He's going smaller lineup, which I think they certainly can get away with.
Yeah, they're still not giving up any size to Clyde.
No.
I think they just got to watch out for stagnancy on offense, make sure they're not relying on the 3-point shot.
And Faniel misses both, but there's a big rebound by Jarrett Murray, who gets it to Carnavet. Chance shot about the 3, kicks it out to Nate Paddock.
Good decision.
Yep. And there's Chance now. He gets
Much
an open
better
look.
look.
Off the back iron, no good. Big rebound by Faniel. Over 3 Blue Devils in and out, and nice rebound by Ben Cafola.
Yeah, Cafola's going to have to step up and start cleaning some glass for Mynderse. Mean has been doing it all night. Now he's out with 4.
Kerher finds Anderson. And now Kerher tries a 3 from the corner, in and out, and a big rebound by Jarrett Murray. Here come the Golden Eagles the other way. We expected an up-and-down game, and it has been that pace, but not a lot of scoring.
Yeah, neither team can seem to put it in the bucket consistently.
Paddock makes a wide-open corner 3, and the Blue Devils still lead by 3. Jake Jones to the rim, off the glass, and good.
Jake Jones probably been the most stellar offensive player for Mynderse this evening.
Most consistent.
Without a
He just
doubt,
hasn't been on the floor that much.
He's got 9 of their 30. Pull-up jumper from 10 feet off the back iron, no good for Trey Canale. And Mynderse takes over up 5.
There's Jones wide open on the wing.
He takes it. Off the rim, no good. Nice rebound by Kerher, but off his foot, no good. He is bothered by Gerard Faniel. And into the game now for Clyde. Now we got a timeout on the floor.
Carnevale will be checking in along with Derek Cobb.
And give me a chance to tell you about Penny's Place. Family restaurant located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals. A large selection of breakfast items and everything from burgers, salad bars, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. And also Ferrara Lumber, a fixture in Seneca Falls since 1959. Start planning your next kitchen or bath remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. So Mynderse opens up a 5-point lead. Clyde still looking for their first points of the second half, despite having several open looks. And where, Brad, can Clyde look for offense?
I think they're doing well with attacking with Derek Chance and Jared Faniel. I mean, I think Faniel has been the source of most of their offense between the two of those guys. If they can not settle with the 3, but really attack the interior Mynderse defense, I think they'll do well.
Yeah, I agree, especially without Mean in there. You know, they're not as long on the baseline. They got Kellen Gerher down there on the block and Brett Anderson. Very tiny. If they can get the penetration into the block, they'll be successful.
It's kind of odd. They got Verke up top of the zone and Kerher and Anderson down the wings.
That was a good thought there, trying to get in a bounce pass would have been better.
Jones with another open 3, doesn't shoot it though, instead gets it inside to Cavola. One dribble, stripped by Faniel, and up to Chance, who looks to press. And give and go back to Chance, double clutch high off the glass, no good, rebounded by Cobb.
No call.
And here comes Mynderse. Brett Anderson wide open, Jake Jones takes it to the hole, a little 360 off the glass and no good, and looks like they got a block. I thought that could have been a charge.
Yeah, they called it a charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of control on that one. As good as he's played, he's got a little carried away with that one. It's so quick. Mynderse is so quick to shoot. You know, they take it, reverse it, you know, a little more patience, get a better look.
That's 3 fouls on Jones. And he's staying in the ball game here with 3:40 to go.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a great call. He got an illegal pick on 35.
So that'll be Trey Canale.
Oh, they got Jared Faniel on that. I thought that was on 35, but they got 5 Jared Faniel on that one. I thought that was Canale.
It's Faniel's second foul. 3:40 to go here in the third quarter.
21.
And they got Devin Verke bringing the ball up. Gets it over to Kerher.
I think that might be Faniel's third.
Kerher tries an open 3, a little long.
He brings the rain a little bit, gets the rain clouds going.
Faniel with a rebound, and now a 3 on the way.
Carnevale.
Drew Carnevale, he's got 8 points.
Yeah, he can shoot the 3, huh? He's confident, he's got a nice stroke. And here's Clyde only down by 2. Just let Mynderse letting him hang around.
And there's Devin Anderson.
Big shot for the sophomore.
Burying the 3 from the corner. Clyde coming back the other way. Charge on Canale. Caffola drew it. Second foul for Trey Canale.
Good decision by Caffola, standing his ground. He knew what Canale was trying to do on that one.
So lead back to 5. Mynderse with the ball.
Stop cheating. Garrett, go out there. Drop. Come on, let's go. Get up, Trey.
Devin Verke guarded by Chance. Anderson over to Verke in the corner, who tries a 3. He's down on the ground again, allowing his guy to get the rebound, and now Chance is taking it the other way. Skip pass. Carnevale for 3. Off the rim, no good. Pulled down by Devin Anderson.
Good rebound by Anderson there. Good box out.
And here comes Mynderse. Verke
traveled. When they got Baron Buskirk on in the other game. It's a little, dragged his foot a little bit on that first step.
Coach Jackson over here to my right, really challenging his team to attack the basket. I think he's concerned they're settling too much on the outside shot.
Yeah, Chance does a lot with the ball, and he's quick and explosive, but he doesn't really, he's not getting anywhere with it at times. Sometimes he'll get to the basket and make a nice runner or fault, but not consistent enough for me.
And again, maybe we expect too much scoring out of the youngster. Great football player.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't even have to score it. Just get there.
Faniel drives off the glass, no good,
That's
and
big.
another
That's 4.
charge. And Ben Cafola with a big smile on his face after drawing consecutive charges.
As against that Mynderse zone, Clyde has 2 low post guys. They're not putting anybody at the high post, and they're not moving the ball very effectively against that zone. They get it in the inside, work the ball in and out, and I don't see enough of that.
Yeah, they're just, they're very stagnant versus the zone, very stagnant.
So Jared Faniel with 4 fouls has a seat. Cafola misses, rebounded by Cobb, gives it up to Chance, gets it over the corner to Carvalli. There's Canale, takes a drive and looks for Cobb inside, but it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Clyde with 26 to shoot. 1:44 left to go, third quarter. Mynderse 33, Clyde 28. And for Clyde, we've got Canale, Carnevale, Paddock. There's Carnevale missing everything on the short.
Yeah, again, Clyde
hook shot.
can't do much with it on the blocks. They don't have the personnel to do a lot on the blocks.
Bounce pass to Jake Jones. Thought about 3 and say drives baseline. A little left-handed runner in some traffic. Tried to draw a foul. Didn't get the call. It's up ahead to Carnevale. Straight to the hole. Off the basket and good. And there's the answer to Tim Jackson's pleas.
Yep. These refs letting them play a little bit more than the earlier
Of course,
game.
I was thinking that same thing right there. They would have called that foul in the first game.
And that's what I can't stand, and you got to.
Wow. Jones for 3. Missed it. And Chance. What do they got? Wow, the referee way on the other side of the court called Derek.
What he's allowed to call. He shouldn't call any fouls from there, but he called them out. If he's out, he's out.
Yep.
It's just that he's getting banged on the other end.
Coach Tim Jackson just got a warning from the referee for being out of the box. Next time, that could be a technical. We got a 3-point ball game here.
Nate, move up.
Yeah, he was a little heated. He was, getting pushed a little bit down there. But, they're letting them play. It's just such a stark contrast from last game.
Devin Anderson takes the inbound pass. The sophomore gives it up to Brett Anderson, the junior. Back to Anderson, tries a 3. Off the rim, no good. Big rebound by Kellen Carher, right hand.
Big putback.
Bucket.
That's 5-9. He got up high on that one.
Carher with 5 points pushes the Mynderse lead back to 5. Mynderse again in that 2-3 zone. Nate Paddock gets it over to Clayton Paddock. Clayton Paddock over to Chance, who skips it. Inside to Cobb, turnaround jumper, air ball. And Brett Anderson comes down with it. And he is taking it right to the basket to Cobb, who blocks the shot. Gets
letting him play.
Outlet back to Derek Chance. Takes it to Cafola. Maybe another charge, no call. Off the rim, no good.
Back and forth.
Uh-oh, breakaway for Carher.
Carher all alone and fouled by Clayton Paddock. And couldn't convert.
Fun sequence there.
Back and forth, but again, not a lot of balls going in the basket. Kellen Carher have a chance to shoot a couple here.
They're getting up and down, Brad, but they're not doing anything with it. It's a fun pace to watch, but it's not the cleanest and prettiest
fun
of
if you're the
games.
coach.
Yeah. Now, we talked about, hey, maybe it'll be 80. The first one to 80 wins. First one to 50 is going to win this one.
So Carher buries a free throw. He's got 6 on his varsity debut here, and we've seen a lot of Kellen Carher today as a sophomore. I wasn't sure, what the rotation was going to look like, and I don't think it's due to the foul trouble with Mean or even Jones. I think we can look forward to seeing a lot of Kellen Carher.
Yeah, I think he deserves to be out there,
He's got 7 points after those 2 free throws, and that shot would not have counted if it went. So after 3 quarters of play, Mynderse has the lead back up to 7. You're watching Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com. We'll be right back.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on. And small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
We hold on to the things that really matter. Welcome to Generations Bank.
And welcome back inside the New York Chiropractic College Standard Process Health and Fitness Center. One more quarter to play in this quadruple header. Mynderse holds a 7-point lead, and Brad, a lot of that due to the play of sophomore Kellen Carher.
Guys, I really like what he did in the last 3 or 4 minutes of that half. He really came in, brought a lot of energy. He's small, he's 5'9", but guys, he was getting rebounds. He's attacking the glass. He's attacking the defense. He knows what to do. He's smart out there, and he actually can play a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. It gives you more intangibles than Verke. Verke's the, he gets hot on the arc, but
Steal by
the defense and rebounding that Kellen's out there hustling the grit. You can't. Oh, a steal by Jones.
Back to Anderson, and with a 9-point lead here in the fourth quarter, no need to rush, but Cafola gets it back and lays it over the front iron for his first points of the game. Timeout, Tim Jackson.
A huge run by Minders right there.
Really nice sequence. They really came out with a lot of energy in the fourth quarter, which is what they needed to
puts them up
extend
11.
this lead.
Unforced errors, yeah, took it from 7 to 11.
Of course, I love the addition of Pat Prain on this Nick Ciotti's staff.
Seems to be bringing a little bit of a level of energy that maybe they didn't have last year. He's out, he's up, he's in the kid's face a little bit.
How about this, guys? We've got Tyler Norris. He played this afternoon.
He played great today.
I don't know if he's sticking around or came back to watch these games, but it's nice to see these guys watching and again doing some scouting, I suppose.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I mean these guys don't play each other, but they're going to play. They're going to play Clyde. And I look for Minders and North Rose at some point in sectionals, maybe to meet up in a semi or final.
That's true. If we can get the new classifications up.
I don't want to rule out RCMCS though.
Well, yeah.
That's the favor to win sectionals in that classification, that B classification.
They got that whole team back. Hey, there's our buddy Luke Ruddy, too.
Yeah. And his older brother also played at Minders as well.
So here we go. Some reclassification this year. When you're looking at sectionals, you got Minders moving up to B2 with North Rose-Wolcott and a tough Whitman team.
And a very good RCMCS team.
Correct. These are just the Wayne Finger Lakes teams we're seeing here. And then for Clyde, they're in C1. In years past, they've been with Lyons, their crosstown rival, but a deep C1 classification with a lot of Wayne Finger Lakes teams in there. So 11-point Minders lead, 7:30 to play. Let's see if Clyde has one last run in them to make it the Blue Devils.
Well, Clyde's got to start either getting good penetration against the zone or knocking down threes.
They've got to get a guy at the high post.
They've got 30 points, and
they're just skip passing around the outside for a three-point shot.
Brett Anderson picks up the foul on the Faneuil offensive rebound. And now we'll have Trey Canale heading to the line. We talk about the youth on Minders. This Clyde team only has a couple seniors. Gerard Faneuil, probably their most talented senior. Tyler Rattray, but in the Paddocks, Clayton and Nate. But a lot of good young talent. Trey Canale.
Carnivale's played great off the bench, the sophomore.
Derek Cobb, Jarrett Murray, and, of course, Chance. Pair of free throws, good by Canale. Gives him 5 points on the evening. Cuts the lead back down to single digits. Brett Anderson lobs it inside to Cavola. Nice spin move. Couldn't convert. And again, why
hangs his head.
Not just get back? What do we got here?
That should be a block.
We got to travel. We got to travel.
Only traveled because of the contact.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good defense by Anderson.
Yeah.
He didn't really engage in contact.
Cafola's got to get, he gets too down on himself.
I know. Yep. Coach Ciatti just imploring him, hey, get your head up and get back on defense.
You're hurting the team again.
Right.
So you miss a shot, whether it's an air ball or just close miss. Don't hurt the team more by not hustling back. And that's contagious, that moping. And, you don't want to see that out on the court.
So Jake Jones works off the pick from Devin Anderson, gets it to Brett Anderson, who now drives the lane, gets it back out to Devin. Double team, gets it to Jake Jones, 7 to shoot. Inside to Cafola again. Spins up and under, knocked away, and we might have a shot clock violation.
Well, I will say this. I've been calling for Mynderse to go inside, and they are a little bit, but they're not getting much production out of it.
Cafola's real deep on that. He's got to make sure he stays at the block. He's getting too far under, and then he's got to make space for himself.
So we got 6:25 to go here in the ball game, 41-32. Here in the nightcap from the New York Chiropractic College. Really like to thank Rhett Taccone and all his crew for making our accommodations so fantastic. We even had our own back room to enjoy some pizza in between the sessions. And Chance can't convert on the right-handed layup. And here comes Mynderse the other way. Up, a little behind the back dribble by Kerher, stolen away by Faniel. Now it's Canale, right-handed layup, blocked by Cafola, but the foul. Who are they going to get with that, Anderson or Cafola?
Cafola, it's got to be Cafola. Anderson let him go. Smart, heady play. Yep, Cafola. It's been an ugly game. It's sloppy.
Kerher's made a lot of good decisions tonight. He got stuck on the sideline that time. That was one he wished he had back.
Yeah, it went right behind the back end of the double team.
So Canale made his last 2 free throws and makes another one. He's got 6 points. Cuts the lead to 8. And here we go. Jake Mean checking back into the game.
6 to go.
Along with Devin Verke, Cafola, and Kerher coming out.
Let's see how Jake does with the 4. Faniel's in there with 4. Mean's in there with 4. A lot of minutes left. I don't see either one of them lasting the whole game.
Another free throw by Canale, providing most of the offense this quarter from the free throw line for Clyde.
Wide open. Nice find by Jake Jones to Devin Anderson.
Good finish.
Lays it up and good. Devin Anderson has 7, matching Kellen Kerher's 7. The 2 sophomores for Mynderse.
In their first varsity games.
Faniel tries a 3 from the top of the key, off the rim, no good. Pulled down by Devin Anderson. And Mynderse should not be in any hurry right now. Brad Anderson gets it to Jones, inside to Mean. One dribble, up over Faniel. Off the front iron, no
Probably
good.
not the best look he's going to get.
And here comes Derek Chance. Just thrown away by Nate Paddock. Again,
of course, they're just relying on skip passes to get across that zone.
You know, there's just no direction against that zone. It's a lot of swinging and kicking, and you know, I'd rather have him just shoot a quick 3 or something. At least get the shot off. You know,
maybe get a long rebound.
Mean again, right-hander draws no iron. And another rebound by Faniel. We're not tracking those rebounds, but he has quite a few. And there's a 3 for Carnevale, no good. Oh, wow. Chance just let that ball bounce right in front of him. And Verke got in there and knocked it off a Chance, and now it's heading back to Mynderse. Again, it's a 9-point lead for the Blue Devils. A little token full court pressure. And Devin Verke takes it right down the lane and travels.
What in the world was that?
Doesn't make much sense.
Put your head down and
technical. Look at
technical foul on Devin Verke.
Yep, I wouldn't even play him. I mean, he just doesn't help the team. He's got his hands up all the time. He's talking, and now Clyde's coming down. They can't get a shot off, let alone put the ball in the bucket.
Gonna get a shot
now they're going to get 2 shots and the ball up 9.
I mean,
and maybe he didn't say a lot this time,
Devin
but
Verke's
it's been
taking his shirt off behind the bench.
Now look at this.
Now he's holding his hands up and he's leaving the bench.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know, but if I was his coach, I might just throw him out of the gym right now. I mean, he's just creating a scene.
So free throw
it's
by
almost embarrassing.
Carnevale makes the first one. Not only that,
the official has never seen anything like it. He's calling the coach over now to say, get this kid to put his shirt back on. This is embarrassing. They're going to kick him right out of the game, and I would. I mean, it's embarrassing.
Did he make that second free throw?
He missed the second, made the first.
43-35. So in a game that Mynderse really has in hand, that is
it's
a big
unbelievable.
Swing. It's a big swing.
Jake Jones looking over
the officials are
here
shaking his head going, the official's shaking his head. He's never seen anything like it.
Jake Jones looked over at us. He couldn't believe what he was saying.
If that kid comes back in the game, I might pull him out myself. Am I allowed to do that as a commentator?
All the talent in the world.
Just
keep your mouth shut and play.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep mine. So here we are, 8 with 4 to go, and let's see how that affects Mynderse. You know, will it spark them a little bit more? Will it get Clyde fired up? And
big steal by Anderson up ahead to Jones.
The skip passes.
Smartly pulls it back to
nobody
Anderson.
even at the top.
Mynderse anticipating it now. They see it coming every time.
Anderson to Mean. To Jones. Bounce pass
Well, the good news is, Jim, is people might tune into the broadcast just to watch that scene again. Listen to the commentation on it.
Jake Jones, wide open three, buns!
Jones is feeling it tonight. He's had a great game.
That was good work on the Mynderse side. Moving the basketball, getting the zone to shift. Open look.
12 points for Jake Jones, and it looks like Faniel dribbles it away and up, but then Mean throws it away. And now Clyde will have another chance. Down 11. Skip past to Faniel. He'll try a corner three. Nothing but net.
Keeps him in it.
46-38, 3:40 to go. And Gerard Faniel has 13 points. And we wondered how Mynderse would respond to that technical, and Jake Jones knocked down the big shot.
His big shot. Jake Jones has played, I don't know, probably the most consistent, you said earlier, out of all the Blue Devils. I thought the two sophomores, Anderson and Kerher, have done a good job.
Doing a great job so far tonight.
So. Some new faces for Mynderse doing well. I mean, Brett Anderson's had a pretty good game himself.
I agree.
Jake Main's been in foul trouble, but a couple of the new faces playing key roles. Jake was on the team last year but didn't get a lot of minutes.
When they've got the five of Anderson, Jones, Kerher, and Devin Anderson, and either Main or Cafolt, that's their best five.
Tonight it's been their best lineup. Yep. And we've only seen, when you watch a game, we get a glimpse of what's going on. So, maybe tonight that's it. It certainly has been tonight. I don't know about all the time, but yeah, that's been their key to success tonight. That's when they've extended leads and done good things.
We just had a great look at Larry Lang, the new athletic director, Clyde-Savannah, taking over for the legendary Nick Turcola. And Nick Turcola always been great to us when we've had to broadcast games from Clyde, and we'll miss him, but Larry do a great job.
Yes.
Mynderse beats the pressure, 3:33 to go. They're up 8. Inside to Cafola. This time he lays it off the glass and makes it.
Great find by Brett.
Lead back up to 10.
But this is it, Brad. This is the unit that I like for Mynderse, and they've done a great job. They seem to play together more.
Unselfish.
It's just there's a rhythm to the game, or a little bit of a flow.
Right-handed runner by Murray, no good. Mynderse controls. 3 minutes left to go. Time to start working some clock, I'd say. Mean up top, gives it to Jones, and Mynderse will reset.
It's 1-1. So, Mynderse, who shot well from the line tonight, is in a good position with that call there.
I think what we're seeing here is Clyde's taking a lot of chances trying to get double teams and steals, and Mynderse is smart enough, experienced enough to be able to take advantage of that. Guys are cutting to the basket, getting open looks.
Yep.
So Jake Jones already has 12 points. He'll try to get 13 and 14 here to extend the lead. Front end of the 1-on-1 is good. Really happy to see Jake Jones play well. And he'll shoot another free throw here as Jared Faniel comes out and Trey Canale checks in. And I'm not sure what's going on over here on the Mynderse bench.
All eyes are on it, I tell you right now, including mine.
Another free throw for Jake.
Watching to see what happens.
Jake Jones. Here comes a three.
He's got a great
Carter Valley.
He's going to hit a lot of those over the next 3 years, isn't he?
Serious range. Hand in his face, still nailed it.
And no conscious. I love it, too. I love the.
Carnivale has 14 points. Inside pass to Cafola for another bucket.
And Brett Anderson continue to find Cafola when he open. Jake Jones gets another steal in the backcourt by himself.
And they'll get it back out top to Kerher, who will look for Anderson. And now no need to hurry for Mynderse. 2:16 left to go. Anderson drives the lane, finds Cafola, wasn't quite ready for it, off his hands, back to Clyde.
Yeah, but again, like you said, no hurry. Run that set with 10 seconds left. Yeah. Use a little bit of this time. Clyde's going to start firing threes. Don't let him back in it. But they did buy some time with the steal.
Steal by Jake Mean.
Put this
on
down.
The run out. And he got it slapped away from behind. I thought that was a lot of ball.
That was a lot of ball. Yeah, no, it was a good foul.
Right there you could tell Mean wanted to go and dunk it. If he protected the ball, he probably
That's terrible call.
Wow, intentional. That is awful. He got a lot of ball. Don't agree with that.
That's so bad.
He got a lot of ball.
He went all ball.
I didn't think there was a foul, period.
Sometimes you watch officials and they want to take control of a game. They want to be the guy. This guy's trailing it from half court.
Right.
The ball's it's right in front of this other official. The trail official comes in and tells him, this guy, to me, seems to want to be the show.
It's horrible to reward a hustle play. The guy came back. He was the only guy of the five that actually wanted to get back on defense and make a play.
Mean misses the first.
Absolutely awful call.
Misses a free throw. He'll have one more, and then Mynderse will have the ball.
Do we get a replay on that?
I don't know.
No. Okay. And so I'd like to see that one again.
Tim Jackson had to be careful. He came out of the box.
Yeah, if
again.
I was Tim Jackson, I wouldn't even be in the game right now. I'd give him a lot of credit because that's awful. You know, it's a great hustle play. He had a lot of ball. That's so bad.
Fortunately, didn't hurt Clyde so much.
No, they just get the ball back. That's not a big deal. Yeah.
Although with 2:05 left and an 11-point lead for Mynderse.
Yeah, I give Coach Jackson credit for keeping his cool on that.
Yeah.
That one might have put me over the edge.
Well, my daughter and Matt Verkey and his daughter have seen enough. They're exiting there to the top of your screen. Jake Jones with the ball. Bounce pass to Anderson.
Good decision by Jake Jones. He had a chance to attack.
Jake really nothing but good decisions tonight. Under control. Upperclassman now.
Getting killed.
Glad to see it.
You know, it's not the prettiest of wins for Mynderse. You know, I thought Clyde would be able to put the ball in the bucket a little bit more, and I certainly thought Mynderse would play it a little better, to be honest with you. I think there's some question marks there that maybe weren't there in the beginning of the season. You know, chemistry was one we talked about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if with a certain group we talked about that being out there, but you know, they got to have better post play, and they're going to rely on the die on the three. They're going to lose some games because
that's what these early season games do for a team.
2 minutes left to play. There's another three on the way from Carnevale. This one rims out. Good fight by Canale for the rebound, but it's Devin Anderson who comes down with it. He needs some help. Timeout, Mynderse.
Yeah, great timeout by Coach Ciotti there. You don't need a turnover in the full court. He's got a lot of timeouts left, so now he can set up against the press.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to come out and press, and now he can set up his press breaker.
As I was saying before, Kevin, these are the games that you can tell a lot about a team. I think these are games that coaches really, really enjoy because you can try some lineups, you can try some different things. Before you get to the meat of the season in the league schedule, try some different lineups. You understand if you can go full court, if you have to concentrate on the half court. You've got guys that you can put in different spots to see how they react. I think that's where these games are most valuable to a coach, and we've seen them experiment a few things tonight.
Yeah, Brad, I can't agree with you anymore, and that's why Mynderse is playing Clyde. I mean, last year they came out and they rolled somebody over. I think it was Southern Cayuga, and it was just this is not a game. You can't get any, and I'm not sure about their scrimmages. They've got a lot out of that either. You know, they haven't really scrimmaged anybody strong. So you come out, you play an athletic team like Clyde with a good history, and then you say, okay, here's what we struggled at tonight, and now Mynderse can take that back and work on and improve on those things.
Here's Divya Tiwari, member of the Mynderse girls basketball, varsity girls basketball team that will have next Tuesday, December 8th, or would it be Wednesday, December 9th in a girls-boys doubleheader in Geneva?
Yeah, I think it's the 9th. Yep.
So 1:37 left here to play in the last game of our quadruple header. Clyde looking for one last push to make a ball game out of this, and there's a foul. We might see a lot of free throws here.
Yep.
To end the, which gives me a time to tell you a little bit about Thompson Health Urgent Care Center in Farmington, providing acute illness and injury care in a welcoming environment with doctors, nurse practitioners, and physician assistants whose goal it is to get you treated promptly and courteously so you can get back to enjoying your life. Learn more at thompsonhealth.com. You see on your screen there the Upstate Hoops podcast. We'll be live in studio at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning to talk about all this action and the other games around Section 5 in the Wayne Finger Lakes this week as we get underway. Join myself and Matt Verkey, and we may have a special guest that we can bring in tomorrow that will line up after tonight's game. So that's Upstate Hoops podcast, 11 o'clock Sunday morning on FingerLakes1.tv. And Anderson misses the lead 12, but another steal by Jake Jones, and they got a double dribble on Jones.
I'm not really sure what that was about. But great hustle, heady,
you love it.
Hustler, making things happen. And then, and a lot of little tangibles.
And we've been talking a lot about some guys losing their head for Mynderse, and Jake Jones certainly keeps his cool at all times out there.
Yeah, very positive.
And he gets
nice
another
hustle,
steal.
diving on the floor.
Jump ball.
Jim, we do this and we talk about kids and teams that we like, and they grow on you, and Jake's one of those kids watching tonight, and I've never really got a chance to see him play in a lot of meaningful minutes. His work ethic's been outstanding, and I love guys that dive on the floor and do heady things, and, I'm glad to see it.
Well, we'll try to get Jake in here for the Dr. Rod Littlejohn Smilesworth style post game if Mynderse holds on. 1:16 left. Anderson skips it over to Devin Anderson, who gets it back to Jones, who tried to dribble and got it slapped away, and now here comes Clyde back the other way. They have to hurry. Carnevale for three. No, I thought he'd certainly go up.
Better shoot it.
And Cobb gets it over to Canale for three from the corner, short. Rebound by Cobb.
Clyde's got to try to get
open again.
into Carnevale's hands.
This
He's a
time
three-point
it's
shooter.
a three ball from
What do you think, Brad? Do you think Clyde might see some more zone throughout the season?
Unless they can feature Carnevale. He's the three-point shooter on this team, and they haven't gotten to him quite enough.
More free throws coming up for Mynderse. This time it's Brett Anderson, as we're now 42 seconds away from the conclusion of this fourth quarter. Mynderse leads by 12.
Oh, this kid's just going in. Yeah.
So checking into the ball game is
good luck.
Macy Nowikowicz. He's a foreign exchange student. Not sure from where, but that means he's on the team for 1 year. Yeah.
From what country? I wonder what country he's from. Poland, a nice Polish guy.
Welcome
I love
to
it.
America, my friend.
Love the Poles.
Of course, he's got a new favorite player.
I've got a new favorite player, Macy Nowikowicz. Yep.
Well represented.
They're not getting their names on their jersey this year, that's for sure.
That had to be extra work for Rhett DeConey, who puts the players' names
right.
on the lockers.
He might
Nice
be a
touch.
cousin of mine.
And up ahead to Clyde.
It's a hustler.
Carnevale with the ball. He'll stop and pop. Off the front iron, no good.
Good
rebound. Jake Jones.
Now that's a wrap. I think they'll just dribble it out.
The shot clock is
Clyde
off.
fouls.
The shot clock is off. No, Jones penetrates, but they get it back out, get it to Anderson, and that should do it, guys.
Doesn't have to be the prettiest thing in the world for Minders. You know, the win's a win at this point in the season. I mean, you know, there's no style points for, you know, for W's. So congratulations to the Blue Devils, and Clyde is going to battle for, you know, Wayne County. They're certainly not going to get pushed around by anybody.
So the Minders Blue Devils win the nightcap here at the conclusion of the second annual NYCC Tip-Off Classic, 53-41. And we'll be back for the Dr. Rod Littlejohn Smiles with Style post-game and to wrap up our broadcast here on Finger Lakes 1 TV.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 High School Basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover your college education? Learn about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. By Finger Lakes Community College. Thinking about life after high school? Get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics. Celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Dobbins Pharmacy, serving their customers in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, with offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. By the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. By Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. Red's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls, and $1 tacos every Monday night. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
See ya, Larry.
Welcome back inside the New York Chiropractic College Standard Process Health and Fitness Center, where the Mynderse Blue Devils defeated the Clyde-Savannah Golden Eagles 53-41 in the nightcap of our triple header. First game was Southern Cayuga defeating South Seneca, and then North Rose-Wolcott defeated Geneva. The Lyons lost to Midlakes, and then in the nightcap, the Mynderse Blue Devils victorious. And we're happy to have alongside here in the broadcast booth Jake Jones with a career-high 16 points in the win. Jake, great game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And, you know, we've watched you develop over the years. Looks like you grew a couple inches in the offseason.
Yep.
And, you know, really impressed with your composure out there in the opening game. You know, he seemed under control.
Yeah, you know, not 100% of the time, but, you know, it's a big game. It's your really first meaningful varsity. I don't want to say minutes because last year you played. But, you know, tonight they kind of leaned on you at times. You got your first start, right? First career start.
Yep.
And, you know, there's a couple times you kind of went in out of control, one or two times. But for the majority of the night, you played heady and you played hard. You did score some points. You were the most consistent scorer throughout the four quarters.
Had 5-6 steals, too.
Yep. And so, you know, congratulations to you and your team. It wasn't the prettiest of wins, certainly. But it was a hard-fought win from a tough Clyde team.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, I don't know if you watch any of our podcasts or see any of our shows, but we've got Mynderse #1 in our preseason power rankings. We predict Mynderse to win the Tough Finger Lakes East this year. And, you know, from what I saw from you guys tonight, it leaves a little question open, you know, as to if you're going to be able to pull through and compete every night. What do you guys have to do this year? What do you have to do different that you didn't do tonight to win the Finger Lakes East this year?
Focus was off at times, so we just got to keep our heads in it and just make smart plays, not turn the ball over so many times.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who the leader of the team is, and maybe that's not established yet. You know, I'm not sure what it's like in the locker room or with the coaching staff. You got one senior that's getting minutes. You know, it's not Todd. You know, but Cafola's out there, and he gets down on himself real easy. You know, if he misses a shot, so. You know, it's got to the leadership's got to come from somebody else. You know, and then maybe it's a leadership by committee. But as of right now, I mean, what's the leadership role like? I mean, on the team, is a true leader been established, or is there multiple leaders?
We have two captains, Robbie and Ben. But
yeah, Bachman's a senior, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have to be a captain to be a leader. It can be anybody.
Sure, certainly. Yeah, that's right. And maybe it's different guys on different nights, but. You know, I think that's one of the things I'm looking at as a question mark for the team. Like, who's going to lead this team, you know, throughout the year? And what happens when Mean gets in foul trouble? Because when he got in foul trouble tonight, you guys didn't rebound as well, and you don't defend as well. I mean, he's a key component for sure. So, you know, what are your thoughts on playing in the big stage and in front of Clyde tonight? I mean, were you thinking about that, or were you just going out trying to do your best to win the game?
Do your best every time. Play hard.
Now, talk about the sophomores that came up, Devin Anderson, Kellen Caraher. We thought we'd see them both tonight. They both played extended minutes and both played really well. You know, talk about those two guys added to the team this year.
It's great because we have more practice players this year. We have two kids that always compete, very hard workers, and it's good.
Tell me about that. Can Bachman and Caraher and Anderson and those guys, can they challenge you guys as the first team in practice? I mean, it's got to be pretty competitive scrimmage time.
Absolutely.
That's what I think. You know, we were talking about North Rose as being a team that will be in the upper echelon of your classification. And they don't have a very deep bench or a full team to even scrimmage with each other. And, you know, I think what you guys have is talent that can come at you every day in practice and make you a better team.
Well, Jake, I want to.
You let that one hang a little bit there, Jake.
Look at that. That's not like normally Jake Jones. He doesn't showboat like that, does he?
You got to let it hang once in a while, right, when you're feeling it?
Just feeling it.
Well, Jake, congratulations on a great opening win. You're 1-0. We'll see you again in Geneva on December 8th when you take on the Panthers. Did you get a chance to see any of the other games today?
Yeah, I was actually watching the podcast.
You watched the webcast of the Geneva game?
Yep.
What did you think of the Panthers?
It's a little sloppy at times.
Yeah, I mean, early season, you're going to see that. Then Midlakes and other Finger Lakes East team looked pretty good in their win against Lyons.
Yeah, how much the Midlakes game you see?
last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, they played pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
So exciting season on tap. Jake, congratulations.
Thank you.
Way to go. Good job on the win.
Jake,
and,
we got you. Sorry, Jim, but we got you ranked #1 down in the Finger Lakes. We, as a staff, not everybody was on board with the #1, but you've already revealed my vote.
He picked Newark.
I did. And where do you see yourselves in the Wayne Finger Lakes this year?
Doesn't matter to me. You just got to go out and play.
Good answer.
All
Good
right,
answer.
fair enough.
I was trying
fair
to put
enough.
him on the spot, but he didn't want to.
I got to also mention Mike Alessio stuck around for all the games. You think that guy doesn't work hard for this team? Mike Alessio, probably the all-star.
He
of
was
the
here.
Finger
I'm not
Lakes
sure
sports
if he was
team.
working.
All right, hey Jake, get in there with your team, celebrate
All
the
right.
win, and we'll see you. We'll see you in Geneva. Way to go, Brad. You want to come back in here?
Nice game, Jake. Good job.
So that about wraps it up here. I was wondering if Brad wanted to join us here just to sign off.
He said, "Oh no, he's
Yeah.
coming back in."
Came all the way from Cincinnati. We might as well have
get him in here and close out the show.
Well, guys, great day of basketball. Glad to call the last two games of the evening with you. A lot of fun. Brad, this is something that we did as a kid fooling around. We would take the tape recorder and tape record like a Syracuse game and record it, and we do the play-by-play on the tape recorder.
We had the walkie-talkies, and your dad would have it out in the yard.
Yeah, we do that, too. We broadcast the walkie-talkies to an audience of one. So tonight, a little bigger audience.
Yeah.
Big turnout on the webcast. Just the start of a long season, Korzy.
Well, we saw a lot of young guys come out for the first time and play well, and I would throw Brad Connors into the mix in his first game of color commentating, and right on par for the rest of the day. You know, so it was a good day of basketball.
It's been good. A lot of fun working with you guys today.
It was a lot of fun. So thanks for everybody for joining us here on Finger Lakes One Sports first webcast of the season. It was a quadruple header. We've never done a quadruple header. Next game will be Tuesday night in Atwood Gymnasium. We're just going to do one game, though, Red Creek at Lyons, and we look forward to that. That'll be Dave Barnick and Matt Verkey on the call. So until then, I hope you can join us on the Upstate Hoops podcast tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And for Brad Conner, Kevin Korzeniewski, Jeremy Hunt, Jason Hunt, Ryan Sowards, Matt Verkey, Michael Alessio, Harold Weber.
Don't forget him.
Don't forget the dog. I'm Jim Sinicropi. Have a great night, everybody.